It's a Floridian edition of Saturday Night Hockey here on CCHN as the Chippewas and Eagles resume their hostilities after a zany 3-3 tie in overtime that involved three separate comebacks and a line brawl that just occurred less than 24 hours ago. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tropical southern Florida and inside Hertz Arena as we bring you up inside the broadcast booth. My name is Reagan Cleaves alongside Devin Saran. We are happy to have you along for what is sure to be a physical, firework-filled series finale between the number 6 Central Michigan Chippewas and the number 8 Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Well, I don't know about you, Devin, but last night was one of the most entertaining games I have seen in a long while.
Yeah, Reagan, we saw pretty much everything you can think of in a more abnormal hockey game. We saw fighting, we saw tons of goal scoring, we saw 2-3 separate comeback instances for both teams, and pretty much everything you can expect from a rivalry game. So I'm expecting more of this tonight as the season series closes out, and it's a big one for both teams ranked in the top 10 of the nation. Yeah,
let's step back to last night, and both these teams came in with identical records, or at least wins. They both had 9 wins, Central Michigan, and 1 less loss than Florida Gulf Coast, sitting at 9-2-0-2. And Florida Gulf Coast came in at 9-3-0-1 with a tie in a shootout. They went to a shootout anyway against UNCW back last Saturday. First period started out pretty raucous as Isaac Gibbs lit up his man at the top of the left circle, and that kicked off the physicality going forward here at Hertz Arena. At 7:09, though, Tyler Davidson scored on a power play goal, collecting the puck at the left point and firing a wrist shot that Rofe handled most of, but it ended up trickling through him and into the back of the net to put Florida Gulf Coast up 1-0. Then the Chippewas went on the power play at the 13:38 mark, and Devin, that mark is important because up until that point, Chippewas were being outshot 24-7, and after that, the Chippewas put 7 shots on goal before Florida Gulf Coast got another one.
Yeah, Reagan, it was absolutely all over the place in that first period. Florida Gulf Coast just really had their feet under them very well, getting everything they can on the power play, even strength on Rofe, and he had to make some big saves when he did, kept them in the game for the longest time. Yeah, and you talk about that power play, the goal that Davidson scored, that was the culmination of one of the most efficient power plays I've seen all season, even for the Chippewas and against the Chippewas. Florida Gulf Coast had a fantastic man advantage, at least to start. The Chippewas settled down a little bit on the penalty kill later in the contest, but to start, Florida Gulf Coast was dominant. Through that first period, shots on goal were 24-14 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast, and Chippewas went 0 for 1 on the power play. 1 for 2 did go Florida Gulf Coast. Moving on to the second period, things opened up for Central Michigan as Jacob St. Andre picked up a pass from Lasky just outside the left blue line of the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles and worked into the circle, deked around a couple of defensemen and fired a rocket past the glove hand side of Nicholas Stiles and into the top right corner of the net to pull the game even for the Chippewas. And then, Devin, the fireworks really started. Brennan Martin got into it with Anthony Sozio across the way in front of the Chippewas bench. And tell us more about that one. Yeah, Reagan, we saw the absolute sparks fly in front of the Chippewas bench after Brendan Martin took an unlikely hit that Anthony Sozio, notably for the Eagles, didn't like, and it resulted in a couple of game misconducts, notably to Justin McComas and Brendan Martin. It also resulted in a game misconduct and a major for fighting, and that resulted in a disqualification for Anthony Sozio, the forward from Cape Coral, Florida for the Eagles, will be out of this game tonight because of that scrum, and after that it was resulted in a frenzy of 4-on-4 play that resulted in the next set of goals later in the second period on 4-on-4 strength. It would be Isaac Gibbs taking a shot from the left circle going top right corner on the goaltender Stiles to make the game 2-1 in favor of the Chips. And Reagan, talking a little bit about that physicality, this was going to last all throughout the game, and we'll talk a little bit more later in the pregame show and into the game about the physicality and the penalties that came from that. but official shot totals in that second period were 11-14 in favor of the home team, that being Florida Gulf Coast. Power plays, though, inefficient for either teams. 0 for 3 for the Chippewas, 0 for 1 for Florida Gulf Coast. As it went to the third period, it would be at the 5-minute mark. Evan McNamara from Tyler Davidson and Michael Giaramita on the Eagles, tying the game at 2 after a backhand shot from the low slot area that trickled through a couple of bodies in front and went through the 5-hole of the goaltender Rofe. And later in the period, just 3:03 in the third, it would be Skylar Pettingill, the leading scorer for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles going into that game last night, from Robert Nussbaum and Samuel Haley taking a shot from going from the low slot, blocker side on the goaltender Rofe to put them in the lead 3-2, and that really took the wind out of the sails of the Chippewas. But just when it seemed like hope was lost, at 16:52, about just over 3 minutes left in the game, it would be none other than leading scorer for the Chippewas, Isaac Gibbs, netting another one on a breakout pass from Keelan Baker that would result in him tying the game up at an odd on trios. And that game would allow it to go into overtime. Official shot totals in that third period were 12-19 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. Once again, power plays 0 for 2 for the Chippewas, 0 for 1 for Florida Gulf Coast. But the big story going into overtime, neither team could score, so we would see in that extra frame, Reagan, a shootout. The third overtime game for the Chippewas. Their first time going to the shootout in probably forever, but the second straight game for Florida Gulf Coast, officially exactly a tie, but in the Arena Comp finds here at Hertz Arena, it does count as a win for Florida Gulf Coast, and I see that with quotes on my fingers because technically in the ACHA and especially in the MCHC where we play, we do not count any sort of overtime shootouts. It's only ties afterwards if nobody can score through the first 5 minutes of the overtime frame.
And this game will go down as officially a tie in the record, which is why you heard us mention off the top that the Chippewas are 9-2-0-3 now, because they do have that additional tie.
Yeah, and to look at the final shots in that game total, they were 63-38 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. Central Michigan would go 0 for 6 on the power play. Florida Gulf Coast would go 1 for 4 on the power play, and Rofe made 60 saves, one of our 3 stars of the night for that.
Yeah, taking a look now around the ACHA top 10 in the rankings is the number 1 team, as it has been all season, is the Hope Flying Dutchmen. They sit at an impeccable 20-0 record. They've got 40 points, and they showed their dominance over the number 3 team yesterday, beating Grand Valley State 8-3 and handing Grand Valley only their second loss of the campaign. Grand Valley sits at 18-2 in the number 3 spot. Number 2, sitting smack dab between Hope and Grand Valley, is Arkansas. They have an identical record with Grand Valley, 18-2. Both of those teams have 36 points. New Mexico rounds out the top 5 with a 22-2 record, 44 points on the campaign. And again, these are the rankings, not necessarily the standings, so points will not necessarily go in descending order as we go down the list. Miami of Ohio rounds out the top 5, as through 17 games they've got a record of 5-1-0, 23 points on the campaign. Central Michigan comes in next at 6. Notre Dame coming in at 7 with a 12-5-0-1 record, 25 points on the campaign. Florida Gulf Coast coming in at number 8, 9-3-0-2 record. They sit with 20 points on the campaign. And then the last 2 teams rounding out the top 10, Devon, Air Force sitting with playing 21 games, the second most in this top 10. They had a record of 16-4-0-1, 37 points on the campaign. And then an MCHC team, one of 4 top 10 teams that come from the MCHC. The Lawrence Tech sitting at 12-5-0-2 on the campaign.
Yeah, now time to look at the official standings for both of the teams here. Central Michigan, they come into this game, as Rankin mentioned, with 9 wins, 2 losses, 0 overtime losses, and 3 ties. Those 3 ties coming against Calvin University, Saginaw Valley State, and Florida Gulf Coast last night. They sit 17th in ACHA Division 3 with 21 points, 3-2-0-1 in the MCHC East standings at 7 points, and 4th place still behind Lawrence Tech, Adrian, and host the teams. And now for Central's road record for this season, they come in tonight with 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 overtime losses, and 3 ties, notably on the line, Reagan. They've given up the first goal now in each of the last 4 games, but they are 2-1-0-1 in that time. The only other loss coming against the Adrian Bulldogs on December the 11th. And the big story we're going to talk about here later, Reagan, Central Michigan being the second half team, able to keep them even in those standings. As for Fort Gulf Coast, they come into this game 9-3-0-2 on the season at 20 points. They sit 19th in ACHA Division 3. As an independent, do not play in a conference standing, so their official rankings head over into the official ACHA standings column. They are 7-2-0-2 at home this season. Only losses at home coming against Dallas Baptist and Notre Dame, notably, and their second straight tie came last night unofficially, their second straight shootout win, as they won last weekend over University of North Carolina Wilmington in the shootout as well. In the series history, the last game resulted in a 3-3 tie, as we mentioned. Since 2015-2016, Central Michigan and Fort Gulf Coast sit at 3 wins, 3 losses, 0 overtime losses, and 1 tie apiece, so pretty much dead even in the season series since then. The Chippewas have points in 4 straight games now, and that's now time to look at our scratches for official tonight's lineup. It'll be for CMU, the Chippewas, notably number 9, Luke Wild, number 11, Kyle Chapman with an upper body injury, played last night, out for this game. It'll be Austin Whaley, number 23 on defense, out, Hayden Flynn, the forward, out, Darsh Kashyap, and notably coming back into the lineup, Jordan Cooper, after being suspended last night, Joel Drucker, Lauren Jones, and on the other side of Fort Gulf Coast, Anthony Solzio receiving a fighting disqualification. We'll update you later on Scratch at Fort Gulf Coast as we know. And now to throw back to Reagan for our players to watch.
Yeah, so our players to watch tonight for the Chippewas. Isaac Gibbs had 2 goals last night, bringing his 14-game total to 11 goals, 8 assists, 19 points. But other than that, it's a milestone night for the oldest Chippewa. Justin McComas playing his 100th game in the American Collegiate Hockey Association, his 90th game in a Chippewa uniform. He on the season has 3 goals and 4 assists.
Yeah, Reagan, his 5th season in the HCHA, played 10 games for Washington College before coming to the Chips, and he's only one of 10 team players entering their 4th season or later, and just the 8th Chippewa to eclipse or reach the 100-game mark, Reagan. Certainly a big night for him and his family.
Yeah, certainly, and hopefully he can get a couple of points to coronate that 100th game. As for Florida Gulf Coast, their leading scorer is Skylar Pettengill, who through 13 games has 9 goals, 15 assists, 24 points. One of those assists came last night on the Tyler Davidson goal to tie up the hockey game. And speaking of Tyler Davidson, he is our second player to watch for Florida Gulf Coast. He has 8 goals, 7 assists in 15 points.
Yeah, Reagan, he had a huge night last night. Davidson all over the ice. He'll be one of our players to watch going through this game as well. And you talk about one of the speedier players on this Florida Gulf Coast team. He's one of many. They're going to look to him to get the scoring going once again. Now we'll look quickly at our keys to the game presented by SeamanChoiceHockey.com. The big thing, Reagan, you and I have talked about all week and all through the last 4 games now that they've led up the first goal is score the first goal. Coach Tyler Cataline talked to me a little bit about how he wanted his team to come out a lot faster and not be lackadaisical in the first period. We're going to hope to see that more. As for our second one, it'll be more physical than the Florida team, as in the first period it was just all Florida Gulf Coast bullying the Chippewas, sort of bringing out the physicality, and we expect a high-intensity game after all of the fights and all of the chippiness that we saw last night and we mentioned throughout the last 2 days. It'll be up to this team, Central Michigan, to match that effort and be the more physical team. As for the final key to the game, it'll be to keep their cool, Reagan, as there were many game misconducts, many penalties, many roughing, many high sticks, many things that necessarily you don't want to see at a high level, and especially in a close game like this, in a close contest. So it'll be up to the Chippewas to keep their cool more than the Florida Gulf Coast team that have built a rivalry here. And now time to throw back to Reagan for our Light the Lamp standings.
Yeah, the new segment that we introduced last night for our Light the Lamp. We each choose a player who we think will do the best in each game. I went with Joey Simon-Sully, who's been pretty good on that top line with it's changed around a little bit, but he's been paired up with St. Andre a lot this season. Devin, who'd you go with?
Well, you know, Reagan, I came into tonight last as I picked Brendan Martin as my Light the Lamp, sitting behind you, Tristan Hagenstein, our photographer, and Joe Lazier, our social media man. So I'm going to go with none other than the person that's been all over the ice and has 10 points in his last 4 games, 5 goals against Florida Gulf Coast. It's Jacob St. Andre. I'm expecting big things for the night. I expect him to get at least 2 points in this game, and expect him to be my light the lamp tonight.
Yeah, it should be a fun one to watch. Simon Selly and St. Andre will team up on that top line. As for Tristan Hagenstein, he went with Isaac Gibbs, who had those 2 goals last night, and Joe Grogan went with Owen Campbell, another freshman who has been lighting it up as of late. Well, that will do it for the live portion of the pregame show, but stand by. Devin sat down with Coach Tyler Cataline earlier today in the newest edition of the Coach's Show, and that's coming up right after this. You're listening to CMU D3 Club Hockey on CCHN.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the Coach's Show. I'm Devin Sir, joined with head coach Tyler Cataline of the Chippewas, ahead of game 2 of this weekend series here. And coach, we saw yesterday we had a very thrilling game going back and forth through 3 frames, all the way to overtime and the eventual shootout. I just want to get your reaction a little bit to the shootout, as it was a little bit controversial to have the shootout, as in our league in the MCHC, we technically don't play shootouts as we play for ties. But here we had the shootout here, resulting in a Florida Gulf Coast win. What was your reaction to that whole ending?
I knew that shootout really didn't matter to us. I mean, I knew in the HHA rules that it goes down to the tie. But play-wise, I thought they dominated us. I mean, I thought that was the first period by far the worst period that we've played all year. I mean, they put, I think, 26 shots on us in the first period. I mean, we got to come out better than that today.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're talking about a rough start, Coach Cataline, because we did notice that yesterday players were complaining about the ice surface a little bit, maybe saying it was a little bit hard on their edges, sort of a soft ice surface, and making it tough for the players to adapt to. What were some things that your team talked about, if at all, adapting to the ice surface and making changes in the second and third?
Oh, we made sure they started drinking water. I mean, we were on the bench, us coaches, just pouring water on the backs of them, just keeping them hydrated and everything like that. So today they've been drinking Gatorade water all day, so hopefully they feel better. Their legs are a little looser and not so tight.
Thank you, Coach. Finally, I would like to ask you about a little bit what the mentality is for today's game. As yesterday we saw it got very physical, very heated in that second period with that fight involving Brennan Martin and Justin McComas. What is sort of that mentality tonight, knowing that you have that sort of intensity level, and what are you expecting from them to bring tonight?
Oh, same kind of atmosphere. I mean, it's going to be a physical game. I mean, both teams play physical this series. I mean, yeah, we don't play them very often, but it is becoming a rival with these guys. So, you know, we didn't come here to go tie and lose or tie and tie. We came here to win. So that's the plan.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Coach Cataline. Good luck today as well. This has been our edition of the Coach's Show presented by SimicIceHockey.com. We'll take it back up to the booth with Reagan. lineups and goaltenders presented by StevensIceHockey.com. Starting with our netminders for tonight on the Chippewa side, it'll be none other than number 1 Thomas Rofe. Through 12 games played this season, sits with a 1.85 goals against average, first in save percentage in Division III ACHA, at least with goaltenders, at least with 10 starts, with that .952 save percentage. He had 60 saves on 63 shots last night. He'll be the starting netminder. Over on the Florida Gulf Coast side, he'll be number 1 then Nick Stiles. 12 games played, has 8 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie in the season, 3.24 goals against average, and a .909 save percentage. Now time to throw it to Reagan for starting lineups.
Yeah, starting lineups. Chippewa send out St. Andre, Campbell, Hayes, Martin, and Simon Shelley, while Florida Gulf Coast sends out McNamara, Davidson, Giarmata, Matruska, and Cyrils. Chippewas will head from right to left across your radio dial, wearing their road maroon uniforms with gold trim, gold numerals, gold helmets, maroon pants, and maroon socks. Florida Gulf Coast will travel left to right across your radio dial, wearing their white home uniforms with green and blue trim, blue numerals, blue helmets, blue pants, and white socks. They look very much like the Vancouver Canucks. It'll be Joey Simon Selly to dig in at center ice with Tyler Davidson. Here we've got 20 minutes on the clock. Both goaltenders are ready. We are waiting actually on Owen Campbell, who's got a helmet problem. He's talking with the official over there. We don't know why. He's actually going to come off, maybe fix that helmet, and it's going to be number 13, Jacob Kosnick, coming back on to the ice. It's Simon Selly and Davidson in for the draw. The referee consulting with the scores table, and we are just about set to go. Here from Hertz Arena, and puck is dropped, and we are underway here in Estero, Florida. Puck bouncing around right off the draw just inside the Florida Gulf Coast line. They eventually get it out near side. Here's Evan McNamara across that line. Oh, working, fire a shot, loop blockers side on Thomas Rofe. He blockers that one away to the corner. Working down behind the net, Simon Selly there with McNamara. Puck squirts free into the near corner. St. Andre turns and deals it down the ice, but nobody there for the Chippewas, and that will go the length of the ice for an icing with 26 seconds gone.
Quick shot already from Florida Gulf Coast. Last night they outshot the Chippewas in the first 6 shots, and they outshot them in the first period by an abysmal 24-8, and that one was not something they'd want so far. Faceoff will come back to the Chippewa zone.
Yeah, it'll be to the left of Thomas Rofe, right wing circle. Davidson and Simon Selly once again to dig in. One back cleanly. Here's a shot through traffic. That was knocked away. McNamara fired that one right on. Here's Davidson, right circle, feeding it out in front, a bouncing puck. McNamara was able to bat that out of the air, and it's behind the goal. It's worked up. Nice poke there by St. Andre, but he can't get it out. It's thrown around deep here to the near corner. Charlie Hayes and Jacob Kosnick pursuing after it with Evan McNamara. It squirts free to Simon Selly across the way. He's getting worked over there by Davidson in the corner. Leave it there for Christopher Martin up on the near side. Here's a pass across, intercepted. Working through. He's going to be a penalty here on Simon Selly. He hit the puck, and it's going to be a slash. Here, just a minute and 2 into the hockey game. Simon Selly certainly not happy about that one, Devin.
Yeah, Simon Selly caught up on the front of the Chippewa bench. Robert Nussbaum of the Eagles, and certainly not a way you want to start for the Chippewas already just a minute into this hockey game with their first penalty on the night. We'll go to the penalty kill. CMU was 1 for 8 on the power play last night. Florida Gulf Coast 1 for 4. And last night, Florida Gulf Coast had one of the better power plays we've seen this season coming up right here.
Here it's one back to Hartman off the draw, send it across to Nussbaum. Nussbaum will throw it down low off of a body. Jordan Cooper back from a suspension from the fight at the end of the Adrian game. Here's Nussbaum, left point, fires a shot, blocked away by Rofe. Rebound, Chippewas get it out, and it couldn't be corralled at the line by Blake Hartman. They'll work back to their own line. Here's Nussbaum, left to right go the Eagles here. In the zone in, right check will take it and lift it the length of the ice. No icing because of the penalty here to Simon Selly, of which there is a minute and 25 left. Moving up ice with Spears McGovern over the line left side. Will cut in around the outside of the circle and into the right corner near side. Will work it up to Nussbaum, right point, right back down. It's passed across. Here's Hartman. Now fires a shot, saving the rebound in front. They score! Another power play goal. That one right on the rebound. It's Matthew Briggs potting it home. And at 1:54 the opening period, the Eagles strike first.
Yeah, that play started with Robert Nussbaum going blue line to blue line, starting with a shot at the top of the left circle. Just went one on the blocker side of Rofe and not able to handle the rebound. It was Matthew Briggs sending it home right there for Florida Gulf Coast. number 12, Matthew Briggs, scoring his 8th of the season. The rookie from Clayton, New York, getting him on the board. And just like last night, Florida Gulf Coast gets their first power play successful on the board. It's 1-0. Puck sent deep into the Florida Gulf Coast zone. It will result in an icing.
And the draw will come back to the Chippewa end here. 17:55 to go. Chippewas don't have a shot on Nicholas Stiles yet. 6 shots on goal for the Eagles. This looking like it's going to be a bit similar to last night, at least in the shot totals.
Almost exactly similar, Reagan.
Right off the draw, Brennan Martin turns and fires it along the boards. Across the way, it's kept into the line. Here's McNamara firing a shot that deflected wide. Isaac Gibbs is able to get it down and out to center ice. Here's poor Zondik entering the zone, had the puck knocked away from him. Good work there by James Rowe. Chippewas trying to gain control of the puck. It's loose down in the left corner, taking his man to the boards. There's Brady Walsh. It's pinned up behind the net, and the Eagles get it and fire it around the boards.
Reagan, another notable point about that goal, to go back to it, that's the 5th straight game now the Chippewas have allowed the first goal of the hockey game in just 3 minutes in. But they are 2-1, 0-1 in that time, so they're going to have another strong start, still without a shot in this game, officially 6-0 in favor of the Eagles.
Here's Christopher Martin back at his own line. Pass intended for right. Check went off the boards, and the Eagles fire it behind Rofe. He won't settle it down. He'll leave it there for Christopher Martin. Took an odd hop off the boards. Now working down low is Pankey, feeding it out in front. Bouncing puck clear to the point. Here's a shot along the ice. Tipped in front. Good clear there by Charlie Hayes. There's another low shot turned aside into the corner. That shot coming from Jared Searles. Working behind the net. Here's Logan Beckwith. He's taken hard down to the ice. Eagles keep it in at the left point and shovel it near side, but Charlie Hayes will take it there and lift it out to right check. Right check up left wing will gain the red line and throw it down low. We'll get it right back after the Eagles slapped it around the boards to the near side. And they come up ice. Christopher Martin, good work to corral that in his skates. Hayes lifts it ahead to right check. He had it knocked away. Here's Pankey over the line. He'll let a shot go. And that one's right in on Thomas. Rope with 16-12 to go. 9-0 the shots on goal. Chippewas still haven't gotten anything on Sarah.
Yeah, Reagan, but if you look at those total shot totals, so far I've counted the quality scoring chances, 3 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. They just had one there off the blade of Robert Nussbaum. Once again, setting one on net. And what a save by Rofe. What a save by Charlie Hayes. The puck was loose in the goal crease of Rofe, and he's able to swipe that one away to not allow the rebound chance there. That's what Chippewas got to do more of, is get in front of the net, make it tough for the shooters, and get stuff cleared away from Rofe.
Off the draw, Chippewas out on their own end. After it bounced around a couple times, here's Simon Selly through neutral ice, up right wing. Had it poked away from him, but the Chippewas regain across the way. Jordan Cooper had the puck poked away from him, but Simon Selly back in his own defensive end. A pass intended for St. Andre. Goes far enough for icing as it just went past St. Andre's stick.
That was a missed stretch pass through center ice for Simon Selly, intended for Jacob St. Andre, and they missed a lot of them last night early in the hockey game. They're only able to capitalize on one of Isaac Gibbs' later goal to tie the game up late, but if you're Central Michigan, a little bit of sloppy passing already to start through the first 5 minutes. They really got to clean stuff up and simplify it here.
Yeah, draw to the right wing circle of the Chippewas end, won by the maroon and gold. Lifted out to center ice. It's intercepted there by Evan McNamara. We'll take it at center ice and throw it down in behind Thomas Rofe. Alex Lasky back there to play at 15:33 to go in the opening frame. On hop off the Karam and a pass in front, and Evan McNamara tipped that high. Pass coming from Nussbaum at the right point. Puck across the way, tied up along the half boards right in front of the Chippewa bench inside the line. It's thrown down into the left corner. Joe Cooper working down there. Pass out in front by the Eagles. It's cleared out to the line, but not out. It's thrown down low there by Hartman. Here's McNamara, down low, puck free at the side of the net, clear to the far corner. Back up top to Hartman. Hartman near side Nussbaum. Nussbaum let her shot go, blocked away by Rofe, and the rebound comes right on the stick of Owen Campbell. He's up 3-on-2 with Simon Selly. Pass over the line. Campbell just able to stay on side, but Chippewas couldn't control the puck. Now bouncing puck. Here's Campbell firing it wide. It looked like it was a little bit off balance there. Nussbaum picking it up in his own defensive end, charging left to right here in this first period. Just over 5 minutes gone. Nussbaum over the line, let a wrist shot go, blockered by the blocker side of Thomas Rofe.
Shots right now 11-0 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. 4 quality scoring chances for them so far.
Now here's Nussbaum. Here's Pettengill trying to control it. Center ice is taken away by Campbell. Campbell over the line, moves, splits the defense. He's in on Stiles. Backhander was denied, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be a hooking call on the Eagles. Chippewas will go on the power play for the 7th time in the last 2 games. They were 0 for 6 yesterday. They are 12 for 65 on the campaign.
What a great job by Owen Campbell to initiate that hooking call. Get it in alone over the blue line, 1-on-4 against the Florida Gulf Coast Eagle defense. And you looked at yesterday, a lot of players were doing that, getting individual chances on net. And Owen Campbell just making a couple of nice dekes, tried to throw one on out in the backhand, had nobody to get there on the rebound, but an excellent job initiating the penalty. And the Chippewas are going to go to their first power play, 14:20 to go.
First. The right wing circle. My goodness, have you ever seen that? Jay Nadeau won the faceoff and he lifted it clear out of the rink.
Yeah, Nadeau just absolutely cut on that faceoff draw, Reagan, with the blade, and it almost ended up in the scoring box. They were covering their heads there, trying not to get hit with the puck.
Draw will remain in the same zone. It's one up
and
to Cooper near side.
Before, Reagan.
Cooper sends it across to Christopher Martin. Keeps it in at the line. It was a bouncing puck, though. It's played across the way. Porzondik keeps it in. Saucer pass hit an eagle and ricochets out to center ice. Cooper backs that across to Christopher Martin. Back near side to Cooper in the defensive end. 1:38 to go in the man advantage. It was James Rowe sent off.
This is an important time right now, Reagan. You need to get a shot on goal here, get some sort of momentum.
Here's Cooper working behind the net. He's feeding out in front for Martin. He's worked up to the point, but the Eagles get away. Now here's a chance short-handed for Pettengill. Pettengill over the line, pulls up in the left circle, backhands it on goal. It was knocked away in front by Jay Nadeau, and he and Pettengill are getting into it behind the play. But meanwhile, here's Gibbs up on 2-on-1. The Porzondik had the puck knocked away from him. Good defensive play there by the Eagles. 1 minute and exactly to go here in the power play. Again, it's Rowe off for a hook. Long stretch pass. Catches Michael Rowe just inside or just over the Chippewa line. Bouncing puck in the slot. Knocked away to the left point. Campbell takes his man down. And he gets taken down there by Michael Rowe. Both of them going down. Both wanting a penalty, none forthcoming though. 37 to go in the man advantage.
Reagan, this looks identical to last night. The Chippewas really just matching the speed.
Here's Owen Campbell. Oh, trying to feed one back to St. Andre on the back door. Nobody there on a 4-on-2.
As I was saying, Reagan, the Chippewas right now really playing the Florida Gulf Coast game. They're trying to match the speed and make quick breakouts over the blue line, but they really haven't had any tape-to-tape passes, and they're getting nice defensive plays by the Eagles taken away here on turnovers. So the Chippewas need to settle down
over the
here.
line. He had it knocked away from him. Here's Hartman behind the net. We'll take it left to right. Go the Eagles, but bouncing puck around by the Chippewas, and there's going to be a penalty here. My goodness. It's going to be a slashing penalty as Hartman's stick went flying, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 for 3 seconds here.
Yeah, bad penalty late there, but really that power play didn't get anything going for the Chippewas there. They're struggling to get over the blue line as the Eagle defense taking away stuff at the blue line, really getting their sticks in there after impatient Chippewas trying to move in alone on these breakouts. And the thing is Chippewas really haven't done a great job in the first period, really all season, settling down, sort of not playing their style of hockey, slowing the game down to their pace. And right now, it's all Florida Gulf Coast right now, and they're going to have a power play for 1 minute and 57 seconds right now after the penalty assessed to Jacob St. Andre.
Yeah, St. Andre off for a slash draw here to start the 3-second 4-on-4. This is won by Hartman. We'll take it top of the right circle, fires a shot, low blocker past Thomas Rofe, and the Eagles are on the power play now. Working up, Pettengill sends it near side to Hartman. Hartman throws it down low to McNamara. McNamara top of the right circle, fired a shot. It was blocked in front, and the Chippewas clear it. 1:40 to go on the man advantage.
That's a nice job staying with each man by the Chippewas, really pressuring them with the stick. That's what they need to keep up on this penalty kill. They had a hard time early in the power play last night and tonight on the first one, staying with their men. Need to keep that up here.
Here's Davidson over the line, lost the puck, right point Nussbaum. Across to Giaramata, up top to Hartman. Near side, Nussbaum, right circle, walks in all alone, fires a low shot, saving the rebound. Loose in the slot, they jam away at it. It comes free to the near corner. And the Chippewas haven't been able to get it out. Good keep by Hartman. He'll walk into the slot uncontested. It was a nice shot block there. Now it comes out to center, and Kosnick's just going to lift it into the offensive end with over a minute gone here in the St. Andre penalty.
Great job by the penalty carrier, notably Jacob Kosnick to get in there and block the shot there. And Rove making a couple of nice saves, Reagan. This one is really settling down now. I like what I'm seeing so far in the first minute of this penalty kill.
40 seconds to go on that St. Andre penalty. Chippewas getting outshot 14-1. Up top, here's a shot right along the ice, patted away by Thomas Roth. That shot coming from James Rowe. Chippewas are able to clear it back out to the Eagle line. Here's Shea Matruska behind his own net. Left to right go the Eagles here in this opening period. We're just about halfway through. Here from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. Second of two games of this weekend set. Now over the line, working. Here's Matruska feeding it out in front. James Rowe will control top of the. Will walk the line. We'll get it right back after he dished it off. Here's side. There's Samuel Haley. Across. Chippewas have killed off the penalty. Shot blocked away by Rove.
Shots right now 15-1 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast, Reagan. And it's exactly like last night.
All right, check. Throwing it into the offensive end. Out of his net, Stiles there to settle it down. Nadu throws it down low, Ben right check. Feeding it out in front, bouncing puck just went wide to the left side. Now Toy throws it around to the nearest side. It's taken there by Bradley Gordon, who'll lift it out to center ice. Off the bouncing puck, here's Michael Rowe, who'll work in on Rove. A backhand shot off the line. That went through the 5-hole of Thomas Rowe, but a great job by the Chippewas to clear that off the line, and now here they have a rush. Here's Nadu across that line right side into the offensive zone. Feeding it out in front, bound. It was blocked. And it's thrown down behind Stiles here. Chippewas getting a little bit of momentum, though they're being outshot by a factor of 8 here through the first 10 minutes. Jay Nadu had that go through his skates. Now here's Toy over the line, but he drew Michael Rowe offside to the deke.
Michael Rowe made an absolutely filthy move to move inside past the defender, Keelan Baker, but really using that speed. Florida Gulf Coast is known as one of the younger teams in the ACHA Division III ranks, and they're one of the faster teams. And Michael Rowe is one of those faster skaters, moved in from the right circle and just sent one through the 5-hole, one of the weak spots that Rowe has in his game as an exceptional goaltender, and just barely crossed the goal line or lack thereof. Really caught a break there, the Chippewas did.
Bouncing puck at center ice, left there for Joe Cooper, who'll move up with speed over the line. He'll walk in, a shot from the high slot, and Stiles is able to corral that one right in the gut with 9:07 to go here in the first period of play.
Fans, don't forget that the CMU Club Hockey Network YouTube channel is your one-stop shop for highlights, exclusive interviews, and full game broadcasts for CMU D3 hockey. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification as to never miss a moment of Chippewa hockey. Just go to YouTube and search CMU Club Hockey Network to find the channel.
Puck rimmed around the boards after the Eagles won the draw on the defensive end. Lasky out at center, right in front of the Chippewa bench. Taking the loose puck, here's Rowley over the line. Matthew Rowley will work in, a shot blocked away by Rove. Simon Sully picking up the rebound. Looking on the near side, an outlet pass by Jordan Cooper. Out to Owen Campbell. Fed it across for Simon Selly, but he blocked it, and then Cooper decks Rowley at center ice. Here's Campbell. He'll tee it up and fire his shot. Gloved up and fluttered in the air off the glove of Stiles. Puck behind the net. It's free. It's punched free to the near side. Simon Selly getting checked from behind. Cooper fires a shot off the glove of Stiles, and it's lifted out. Here's Jordan Cooper beating out the icing, throws it off the boards, directed there by St. Andre, but he had it knocked away. Here's Campbell over the line, trying to split the defense. He had nobody with him. That didn't end up working. Campbell chops it to the near side. Hayes and Martin play catch at the blue line. 7:57 to go here in period number 1. Clearing attempt blocked by Nussbaum and sent to the near side at neutral ice. Here's Charlie Hayes gaining the red line, throwing it wide of goal, but Stiles will settle it down and hold for a whistle with 7:47 to go. Shots on goal, 17-5 here to the first 13 minutes.
Reagan, I mentioned that Florida Gulf Coast right now is making the Chippewas have to match their style of play, that fast, really cutting edge in the corners and edges style of play. And what I mean by that is when you're fast and you use your skates on the ice, you can really create more time and space out there and allow for scoring chances to happen in front, that you're just one step ahead of the defense. And
Here's
right now,
Briggs
Florida
over
Gulf
the
Coast,
line.
look out, is doing that again.
Riggs fed it out in front, nobody there to pick it up, and Justin McCalmus, who's playing his 100th ACHA game, moves it ahead to Kosnick. Kosnick across that line right side, had the puck knocked away from him. Florida Gulf Coast is doing a really good job shutting down the individual efforts by the Chippewas. Here's Haley over the line. Oh, let a shot go! Rofe had trouble grabbing that in, but he was able to clear it to the corner.
Yeah, Reagan, what you just mentioned about those individual efforts, that's the exact thing the Chippewas are not doing as well. They're not playing as a team. It sounds so cliche, but they're not waiting for these breakouts to develop for their team. They're trying to send these stretch passes and make 1-on-3 dekes like Jacob Kosnick did earlier, or rather Owen Campbell to assert the penalty. But
Gill on the forecheck, challenging Hayes behind the net.
Reagan, the thing is Chippewas need to settle down here and start playing more physical the way they can and slow down this Eagle offense right now, who's playing so well and firing on all cylinders.
One touch pass through center. Here's Rowe over the line. Rowe fires a shot, but it was directed up and out of play off the stick of Captain Brennan Martin. So with 6:39 to go here in the first period, Devin, this is reading almost like a photocopy of last night's contest here. 18-5 shots are a little bit more skewed in the Chippewas' favor, but they were being heavily outshot early in that game yesterday.
Yeah, Reagan, if I can describe to you everything that Florida Gulf Coast is doing is we get a whistle right here.
Right check.
The face drop.
Came into the circle way too early.
If I can give you every single point of why this game is so one-sided in the first period, it's the fact that Florida Gulf Coast is way more comfortable in this first period, and they know this ice like the back of their hand. We talked a little bit in the coaches' show, at least tried to, about the ice conditions, and I'll tell you what, Florida Gulf Coast really just does an awesome job getting shots on net when they can. It's another one's there, taken there by number 27, Michael Rowe. But when you use like that speed, as I mentioned, you come out flying fast, really put the opposition on their heels early, and credit to the Chips, at least for the time being, blocking shots in front for Rowe. And even though there is 19-5 in favor of the shots for Florida Gulf Coast, they've only got about 3 or 4 quality scoring chances. Florida Gulf Coast is known as a team that takes a lot of shots, Reagan. They've had 6 out of their last 14 games with 50 or more shots, including last night. So,
yeah, draw here in the right wing circle. Right check's about 2 feet into the face-off circle. They let it go this time, and it's played to the far corner. Working down there's Austin Ritter, back from a injury last night. Right check can't get it out, but he does. Batted ahead successfully to Gazdecki. Gazdecki steps around a check from Toy, but lost the puck. And the Eagles will send one ahead on left wing. Here's Michael Rowe, feeding it down into the Chippewa end. Back there is Jacob Toy, the captain for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Ben Rychek is able to get it up top. Here's Hartman walking the line, fired a shot. Nice job blocking that shot by Rychek. It's worked up top. Here's Hartman. Hartman feeding it near side Nussbaum. Nussbaum won't fire a shot right on. Rofe left the rebound out in front. And Rychek collects and starts the breakout right to left with 5:40 to go here in period number 1. Austin Ritter ran into Hartman at center ice. Eagles up right wing. Here's Toy over the line. Toy big hit by Jordan Cooper. He stands over him. A massive hit there by Jordan Cooper just inside the line on right wing.
Jordan Cooper stood over Jacob Toy, the captain for the Eagles, for a second, Reagan, and returning from injury. I just saw the entire bench of Central Michigan stand up after that hit. That's exactly what they needed.
Now here's Isaac Gibbs across the line, picking a puck at neutral ice. Well, feed it in front from the left corner, but Stiles is able to pick it up. Now, Devin, this game has been, this series has been highlighted by 2 hits, especially early in this hockey game last night. It was Isaac Gibbs at the top of the left circle decking Searles, and now it's Cooper taking out Toy.
And the important factor, Reagan, is that is exactly when the momentum sort of shifted in both those games. And for Jordan Cooper returning to this lineup right now, he's not just known for his hitting ability. He's able to be 2 ways and score on not only the power play, but even strength. So having Jordan Cooper out there is absolutely essential for them to get some sort of offense going.
Yeah, it's good to see him back in the lineup after that 1-game suspension for fighting in that after that Adrian Gibb. The Eagles back their own line, are able to get it out. Here's Skylar Pettin, that's Logan Beckwith, but there's a penalty coming up here on the Eagles. It's going to be a cross-check here at 4:42, and the Chippewas will head back on the power play.
I believe I see Isaac Gibbs going to the box there, Reagan.
It is Isaac Gibbs. It was weird because I thought that was going to be on the Eagles because they touched it, but evidently they determined that the Chippewas had possession, so it's going to be a cross-check on Gibbs here at the 5:18 mark.
This is a important
15-18.
power play, but an even more important penalty kill out here. They're going to have their second power play group out here with Kosnick, Christopher Martin, and Keegan Moore. Notably, we see Aiden Gazdecki and Ben Rychuk as the top penalty killers for this team as defensive forwards. But right now, an important penalty kill for the Chippewas to kill off, and more so for the fact that after that big hit from Jordan Cooper, it's time for them to shift the momentum and get some sort of momentum going.
Yeah, a good start there on the penalty kill. The Chippewas are able to clear it out. But here come the Eagles. Matthew Briggs across that line, left side. He'll work into the circle, deking around, pulls behind the net into the near side, dishes it up to Haley. Haley, right point, back down low. Worked up to Nussbaum. Nussbaum working with Briggs. Back up to Nussbaum. And that shot from the high slot was deflected in front. Rowe doing a nice job to track that and glove it down.
Even better job by the Chippewas in this penalty kill, pinching in on these offensive chances, Reagan. They're not allowing anything to get to the slot. They're keeping everything to the outside. That's exactly what they have to do to calm down the Eagle offense. And they take a lot of shots, as I mentioned, and they had one right there for the point, but Rowe saw it the whole way. That's okay. As long as they can keep everything to the outside and limit the quality chances, that's what will keep them in this.
We talked about the ice being soft. Jacob Gosnick lost a skate, lost an edge right at the high slot there. Looked like it went
Reagan,
over a soft
you and I
patch
talked
of
last
ice.
night at the team hotel about players having losing edges and not having as quality ice surface maybe here as let's say at our home rink.
Yeah.
It's certainly playing a factor right now.
It's certainly a different environment. Michigan, last I checked, as a shot from the left point was gloved. Nussbaum up at the right point, 109 left on the power play. Michigan, last time I checked, was like 17 degrees, and down here we have a nice balmy 70 degrees as Thomas Rove corralling that one at the side of the net with Charlie Hayes there. With 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the Gibbs minor penalty for a cross check. 3:43 left here in the opening 20 minutes of play. We'll have a draw to the left. And to the right of Thomas Rove, left wing circle, Chippewa, and across the way. 22-6, the shots on goal, Devin. Still a tough one here for the Chippewas. Seem to have been getting a couple of scoring chances, though. Good win there by Gazdecki on the penalty kill. Up top, a shot directed wide of goal. Now it's thrown down from the left point behind the net. Here's side, here's Evan McNamara. Up top, here's Matruska. Unable to keep it in at the line, and that should go all the way back to the Eagle zone as the Chippewas fans are complaining. A nice contingent of fans from Mount Pleasant coming down, making the nearly 1,500-mile trip down here to Fort Myers. Chips win the draw and throw it into the Eagle zone. Working back there is James Rowe. He moves it out to Evan McNamara ahead. Here's Giaramata. Giaramata pulls up the top of the left circle. Will work to the point. Near side. It's taken there by Madruska. Up top to Rowe. Across to McNamara, who one-timed that. Along the ice from the left circle. It was turned aside. Here's McNamara again. A shot. That was blocked, and will throw it down behind Rowe with 14 to go on the man advantage. Picking up, here's a pass ahead by Keelan Baker, intercepted. McNamara directing it in. Baker will turn and fire it again. Delayed offsides.
That was a good save there by Rofe on McNamara, Reagan, and we don't really talk about it enough, but we give a lot of Rofe credit, more so for the fact that he allows this team to feel comfortable when they're on defense, because even if they do allow a shot on net like that, they know have a netminder that can confidently stop the majority of shots as the puck's flipped way up and out of play in the Chippewa zone. And for Rofe, he's made a lot of saves, not only in this game, but the last three appearances in games. You know, you talk about the Adrian series, faced nearly 90 shots in that series as well, and Rofe really has stood on his head for the most of the season, and they're needing it more tonight. More so, it's allowing the Chippewa defense to get comfortable, and they should start blocking more shots in front for him, getting more ballsy in that case.
Yeah, the draw is just
ballsy for a lack of better words. Excuse the audience.
Draw is going to come outside the Chippewa line, right in front of the Chippewas bench across the way. Chippewas win it, and Cooper will send it out to center ice ahead. St. Andre couldn't corral it, but Simon Selly knocked down from behind. Chippewas fans wanting a call, none forthcoming though. Campbell and Cooper tag team to throw it down into the left corner. That was St. Andre, thundered into the boards. It's poked out to center. 2-on-1 developing here. Here's Gordon over the line, working it on Rofe. He fired a shot down to the low blocker's side that seems to be where the Eagles have concentrated a majority of their shots here on Rofe tonight. They seem to sense that as a weakness last night. They beat them twice on the blocker side in that shootout, but one of them hit the post. One of them ended up going in. Now look out, here's a shot from the left point, blocked by Simon Selly, and the Chippewas are back right to left here with 1:36 to go. Campbell over the line, but corrals a bouncing puck down low. He had it knocked away from him though. Cooper keeps it in left point. We'll throw it down low. Talk about the individual play. Campbell had a man with him in St. Andre.
Yeah, Reagan. Owen Campbell, the freshman from Jackson, Lumen Christi, Michigan, has 4 goals on the season. One of the more talented freshmen on this team and in the ACHA in general. He really made a nice move there. Didn't really get a shot off, but Owen Campbell, a very flashy player on this Chippewa team.
Now puck free behind the Eagle net. Now they're able to get it out left to right. Comes Marcos Pankey. Pankey over the line with a minute to go. Into the right circle. Fired a shot blocked partially by Hayes, and it sends it to the corner. Feed out in front, a big hit across the way by St. Andre, and Porzontic will feed a cross-ice pass. Couldn't be corralled there by Isaac Gibbs. Gibbs gets tangled up. Here's Nadeau over the line, working in a shot. That was well wide of the goal along the ice. Nadeau blocked a shot from Porzontic accidentally. Lifted right in from the left point there by Charlie Hayes. It comes to the near corner. Nussbaum getting taken to the boards. Isaac Gibbs in there for the Chippewas. A pass out in front. Was collected there by Matthew Raleigh. It was a scratch last night, and the puck will come back to the Chippewa line. With 20 seconds to go here in the period.
You know what I just noticed there, Reagan, was Isaac Gibbs stepped up on the top defenseman for the Eagles, Blake Hartman, the 5th-year senior from Waldner Lake, Illinois.
Here's Briggs over the line, firing a shot high glove on Thomas Rofe. Rims around to the far side where it's thrown into the near corner, and that'll do it for the opening period. Time expires here, and much like last night, Florida Gulf Coast gets the only goal of the first period on the power play. And we'll step aside here for the first intermission report. We'll be back with that intermission report after a short break. It's 1-0 after 20 minutes of play here on the CMU Club Hockey Network.
Back with you live inside the Hertz Arena from Estero, Florida for game number 2 of this 2-game weekend series between Central Michigan and Florida Gulf Coast. I'm Devin Sarah giving you your first intermission report presented by SeaMitchIceHockey.com. We'll start so far with the game recap, and it was an identical one to last night, folks. If you listened to last night, Florida Gulf Coast gets the first goal just within 2 minutes of the first frame. It was Matthew Briggs scoring his second on the team, 8th goal of the season. That puts his total now at points on the season at 20 for this Florida Gulf Coast team that's been off to a fast start. That was after the Joey Simon-Selly slashing penalty just 1:02 into the game. So Florida Gulf Coast started off very quickly in the first 5 to 8 minutes, controlled the majority of the game, getting a total of 9 shots before the first one for Central Michigan on net on the goaltender Rove, stopping so far in this period 23 of 24. Central Michigan only with 7 shots in the period overall. So after one frame, it's Florida Gulf Coast leading here. A couple of penalties assessed to both teams here through the first couple of frames. Florida Gulf Coast went to their first penalty kill of the night after a hooking call at 5:40 into the game on the forward Isaac Gibbs. Chippewas will be unsuccessful on that power play, just like last night, not able to get anything going on their first power play, and really only 1 shot on net the entire one. An excellent penalty kill, for lack of better words, from Florida Gulf Coast that resulted in a scoreless game for them so far. St. Andre had another penalty later in the period at 7:37 for a slashing. That would result in the second power play unsuccessful for the Eagles. And the third one, final one so far in the first frame, from Isaac Gibbs for a cross-checking at 15:18 in the period, leaves the Eagles so far 1 for 3 on their power play tonight. And with 2 straight games now with a power play, that puts their season total at just over 20% on the season. Definitely one of the better ones. And that puts their penalty kill for killing it off still at 89% on the season. That's a 10th best in the nation for them. And a very good penalty kill that the Chippewas are going to have to get around in the second frame and from there on. So much more of the same from last night. A lot of shots on goal on Rove. Florida Gulf Coast is known for taking a lot of shots. This is now their 6th game of the season so far, where they shot more than 50 or more on net on a goaltender. That's resulted so far in a successful campaign for them this season, sitting at so far a 10-3-0-1 record on the campaign. So with that, a little bit more of what Central Michigan needs to do in their keys to the game is Central needs to settle down. The first 10 minutes were all played in Florida Gulf Coast game. They had to skate quickly over the blue line and create breakout chances that were just not working out for them after a couple of players trying to make some selfish plays, not resulting in a lot of tape-to-tape passing. That's something the Chippewas are going to have to fix coming into the second frame, as well as play the more physical game. We saw Jordan Cooper laid a big hit on one of the Florida Gulf Coast forwards late in the first period, and just like the big hit laid from Brennan Martin last night, that's going to get this Chippewa team fired up. And they need to bully the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, for lack of better words, if they want to establish their game in this one. And what I mean by that is that physical game, allowing them to move on the ice and scaring the opposition away. As for Florida Gulf Coast, they're using the speed to their advantage. Forwards Jacob Toy, Matthew Briggs, and Tyler Davidson are absolutely all over the ice tonight on the power play and at even strength. For Florida Gulf Coast, it's all the more the same. Create quality chances by being a step ahead of the opposition, who aren't pitching well, and that's another key that the Central isn't doing well. And Florida Gulf Coast is taking advantage of it. They're really taking advantage of the fact that the Central defenders have to play their man so tightly and allowing those open lanes to happen through the center ice, and it's really in their favor so far in the first minute. That's something Tyler Callahan's going to talk about, blocking shots and getting in the passing lanes. That does it just so far for our game recap. We will now get to your out-of-town scoreboards for the ACHA this weekend, and we have a lot of them to recap for you here really quickly here. And a little side note about that period, 24 shots on goal for Florida Gulf Coast. That is their, as I mentioned, more shots than they had even last night in the first game against the Chippewas. And as Reagan joins me back in the booth here really quickly, we'll get to our ACHA out-of-town scoreboard. Starting off with the Lawrence Tech University Blue Devils, right now first in the MCEH standings. They are taking on the University of Notre Dame tonight, who come in tonight. Lawrence Tech and Notre Dame at 12-5 on the season. A very big game. Notre Dame just came off a weekend series 2 weeks ago against Florida Gulf Coast, where they split it 1-1 with them. Right now, so far in the top 10 in the ACHA rankings. Moving on now to our second game to watch for this weekend. Saginaw Valley State taking on Western Michigan University. That game ended in a 7-2 victory for the Cardinals. The Cardinals improved to 10-5-1 on the season. Michigan State and Davenport played tonight. That game taken off from Patterson Ice Center. Michigan State Spartans 8-10 on the season. Davenport 4-8. Looking now really quick at Oakland University and University of Michigan. So far tied in the third frame with 19 minutes to go. University of Michigan hasn't played a lot of games this season, only 12 so far, sitting at 6-5-1 on the year. Oakland University 5-14-1. That game is tied right now late in the third. And our final game to look at before we head you back into Martin Ice Arena is Calvin University and Adrian. Right now, that game is within the first overtime right now, tied at 3 apiece. Adrian came into that game at 9-8 on the season, winning over the Chippewas on December 11th. Notably, Calvin at 6-7-1 on the season, 6-7-1-1, excuse me, for that tie they had with Central a few weeks ago. Looking at that game, we'll wait the score of that one. And I lied to you, audience. Our final game to look at for the MCHC is Hope College and Grand Valley State. Hope College won last night in an 8-3 contest over Grand Valley State, the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country right now as it stands, or rather, excuse me, Hope College number 1 and Grand Valley number 3. That is a big game that's going to take place later. As we send you back in live with the booth, Reagan Cleese rejoins us here for the second period, Reagan. And I talked a little bit in the game recap about the speed and the absolute relentlessness on shots on Florida Gulf Coast. And if you're Coach Tyler Cataline right now, you are absolutely telling your players the same thing. Lay the body, block shots in front, and calm down on your breakouts.
Yeah, Chippewas have done a good job. And they did a great job recovering from a rough first period last night, and they hope to do that here tonight. Same number of shots on goal as they had last night in the first period for Florida Gulf Coast. Half of that total for Central Michigan as both teams making their way back onto the ice here as we get you set for the second period of play. Nicholas Stiles will be in net to our right as the Eagles go from right to left. Across your radio dial, Central Michigan will go from left to right with Thomas Rofe in net to our left. Rofe has made 23 saves while Stiles has turned away all 7 of the Central Michigan shots. Chippewas again wearing their maroon uniforms with those gold helmets. And some gold trim on the side, gold numerals as well. Florida Gulf Coast looking much like the Vancouver Canucks on the road with those white uniforms. And when these two teams played back on October 2nd, it was a pretty colorful ice surface. It was all blue for Florida Gulf Coast and gold uniforms for Central Michigan. They do not have a white uniform. Their light uniform is their gold one with that maroon trim and those maroon block letters. We've got 20 minutes on the clock here. Florida Gulf Coast breaking the huddle around their benches. We are just about set to go here for the second period of play. Devin, what do the Chippewas need to do here in this second period to regain this momentum?
I talked about it a little bit in the emission report, Reagan, and that was Central Michigan needs to play that physicality that they're so well known for. And Coach Tyler Cataline, Brendan Martin, and even Julian Johnson told me about it this weekend. They want to establish that and bully their way on Florida Gulf Coast. And it's something they need to do in this period. Jordan Cooper got that started by laying a big hit just to start the period, or late in the first period. And it's something they need to match here once again.
Yeah, kept into the line here by Charlie Hayes. Chippewas entered the zone just after the face-off win out center. This is going to go for icing against Florida Gulf Coast.
Reagan, the point when I make about playing that physical body is when you establish that kind of pressure on players, it gets in their head a little bit of the fact that they can't make so many open ice passes and they can't leave players out to dry, and it leaves a lot less opportunities for Florida Gulf Coast, notably, and teams in general, to make breakout passes. So if you establish that physicality, it takes away a lot of those passing lanes and it doesn't allow for as many scoring chances.
Jay Nadeau dropping down to his knees to win that face-off back to Gibbs, who fired a low shot down the right side. Puck worked up to Christopher Martin, let a shot go. That was tipped at the side of the net by Borzonik. Now an outlet pass. Here's Giamatti in all alone. He fires a shot, and Rofe doesn't know where it is, and he made the save. A great job there by Thomas Rofe, but a lapse in defense there by the Chippewas as pinching down was the defenseman on the left point, and That left Giaramata in all alone from the red line.
Yeah, breakout pass and bad defense, as you mentioned, really not taking away the timing and space for the Eagles. And that long stretch pass out took Giaramata off to the races to get it on Rofe, coming up big with his biggest stop of the hockey game so far.
Draw to the left of Rofe. Puck free. And Jay Nadeau fires it around the boards from the far side of the near. Jordan Cooper, puck pops up the air. Glove down by Nussbaum, left point. He gets crushed, and here's Andrew Porzondik. Couldn't corral the puck. And it's moved ahead on left wing. Trying to feed it ahead there to Porzondik was Isaac Gibbs. Porzondik gets it off the block to Temp.
That's a great job by Blake Hartman to knock off that pass from Isaac Gibbs.
Now a pass intercepted and ahead. Here's Skylar Pettengill, the leading goal scorer, down the left side. Fires a shot. Rofe made the save. Thought he had it in his glove, but he didn't. As a shot, they score! That was Matthew Briggs, his second of the game after Rofe thought he made the save on Skylar Pettengill. It laid in front of him. Chippewas tried to clear it. It was right onto the stick of Briggs, and he fired it home from the left circle just outside of the slot. It's 2-0 Florida Gulf Coast.
This play starts from the Chippewas zone after once again allowing the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles to get time and space. Skylar Pettengill saw a stretch pass to center ice and had a breakout chance. Rofe made the first off with the glove, didn't have the control of it. It was loose in front, and it allowed Matthew Briggs to just come in there after the puck was floating around in front of the crease and bang it home past Rofe. And that is something that the Chippewas have struggled so mightily with to do because of their defense. So another goal led up here. Matthew Briggs, his second of the night and his 9th of the season. Skylar Pettengill getting that credit. Another Matthew Briggs.
Briggs getting the goal from Skylar Pettengill. A slap shot from the right side was blocked in front, and it comes back out. Baker had vacated the point as he throws it back in from neutral ice. Styles to settle it down behind his net. Right to left, Jared Seals trying to break out, kept into the line there by Campbell. He'll throw it down from left point behind the net. Seals trying to forward it on ahead. It comes free to the near corner. Pettengill pinching down, throws it behind the net. Jacob St. Andre picks up a loose puck, feeds it to the side of the net. Loose puck there, and it's covered by Styles with 1:59 to go here. Or 1:59 left, or gone, pardon, here in the second period.
That goal by Matthew Briggs really a result of poor rebound management by the Chippewas overall. As I mentioned in the pregame show, the defenders need to really help out Rofe in front of his net when he isn't controlling these rebounds to help him out and clear the lanes for him. They didn't do that right there. There was only one defender in there to help him out, and that was Charlie Hayes. But by the time he got there, there was already 2 Florida Gulf Coast players. Look out,
St. Andre right off the draw, fired it. It was gloved down by Styles. This one's going to go for icing as the Eagles lifted it down the ice. Now the Chippewas, we talked about the Eagles trying to pick low blocker on Thomas Rofe, but Chippewas are trying to pick high glove on Styles. He got 2 goals. They got 2 goals off from that way yesterday.
Yeah, but in order to get to those places, Reagan, you have to create high-quality scoring chances, and it's something the Chippewas are just not doing right now. They're known as one of the better defensive teams, but when it comes to their offense, they're a little bit lackadaisical, relying on their top 3 goal scorers, Marty, Jacob St. Andre, and Isaac Gibbs, to get that going for them, and it's something they need to repeat here. All right, here, they need to play
now
good defense.
Look out. Well, here's Rowe working in, trying to feed it back in front as he beat Christopher Martin to the puck. Charlie Hayes coming back defensively. Will take it and lift it the length of the ice. Icing will be the call with 17:26 to go here in the second.
That's a nice job by Christopher Martin to get there on Giaramata of the Eagles and not allow him to get necessarily a breakout pass. Giaramata is so fast along with the rest of these top forwards for the Eagles, and right there it could have bit him. And putting in that effort, as we mentioned in the pregame show, is what led to that stop and ultimately the icing. But something Chippewas need to keep up here.
On to the left of Thomas Rofe, right wing circle. Chippewa 2 on the left.
It's that effort. And it's all about effort all the time. Yeah. Even in that second period, when you're down right now 2-0, you absolutely have to establish the hard work.
Right off the draw, a chance by the Eagles. Puck laid side of the net, and it was cleared away. Matthew Raleigh had a chance there as the puck laid behind Thomas Rofe, right over the line. Now Raleigh throws it down low, trying to feed it out in front. It was picked off by Simon Sully and leads the Chippewas the other way through neutral ice.
Great takeaway by Simon Sully to get in the passing lanes. Out there was number 10, Marcos Pinky, right in the slot, waiting for the one-timer, and Simon Sully got in there to block that one away. Great job.
Here's Charlie Hayes across that line, left circle, a shot, and Styles takes control of it, and Nussbaum almost fell over there as Charlie Hayes gave him a little bit of a shove.
Right there, we just saw that was Simon Selly taking the shot, was it not, Reagan? He picked the top left circle, which is known as the weak spot last night we saw from Styles, going high blocker side. Didn't get enough on it to get that, Reagan, but that's the spot they're picking right now, is that top of the left circle.
The Eagles are able to get out to center off the defensive zone win. There's Lasky chasing it into the right corner, throws it around to the near side. Chippewas left and right here in this second period. Pass here's Kosnick working up right wing. He'll gain the red line and throw it down behind Styles into the far corner. Evan McNamara picks up the loose puck and charges up right wing. Couldn't get past Keegan Moore. He pokes it into the line. He's got McComas with them. Moore feeding it across, and a great defensive play there by Nussbaum to lay down and take out the passing lane. Gostick picks it up, works it left point for Cooper. He fired a shot that almost hit the referee on the rebound now. It tipped it in front there by Kosnick, and the puck lays behind the net. McComas, that one off the referee's skate. McComas complaining about it, but you got to deal with it. Referees are there, and they sometimes get in the way of play accidentally. Puck bouncing around at center ice. Justin McComas feeds it up left wing. Here's Cooper across that line left side. He had the puck knocked away from him. Kosnick thought about going off for a change, but instead has to deal with the puck. He's coming back to 3-on-2. Over the line, Hartman. Hartman left wing circle, feeding it out in front. And looking for G. Armada on the back door. Couldn't catch him, and the Chippewas lifted out to center under 4:30 to go, or 4:30 to go on here. Now it's a 2-on-1. Pettengill just over the line. Offside was Matthew Briggs just before Skylar Pettengill carried that puck across the line left side.
Reagan, Central Michigan was caught out on a change there, and it led to nearly another breakout chance for G.R. Armida. Unfortunately for the Chippewas, it was offside, but Chippewas, just every facet of the forecheck and back check and defense are getting caught out by the Eagles. They're not getting a step onto the puck. They're losing battles with their men, and they're getting a step behind on these changes.
Here up left wing, Julian Johnson couldn't control it. He takes his man down, and a pass ahead by Briggs, intercepted by Gazdecki. He leaves it there for Martin. Martin over the line. Will work into the left circle. Spin around, pass in front. It was intercepted there by Matthew Briggs. He'll play it up the boards near side. Here's Pettengill across that line. Fitting it across to Briggs. Briggs a shot, and he scores! Beautiful passing there. It was Pettengill to Briggs. Briggs the hat trick here before we've hit the halfway point of this hockey game. 3-0 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. Briggs getting his third goal of the night on a beautiful pass there from Pettengill.
A turnover over the Chip zone. Blue line starts on the breakout with the enormous speed from Pettengill and Briggs to allow Briggs to get the one-timer feed from Pettengill, getting a glove side over Thomas Rofe to get this hat trick for tonight and his 10th of the season home here at Florida Gulf Coast. And what an effort by them. I just mentioned earlier the speed of this team, absolutely so fast, outpacing the Chippewa defense after the turnover. Just like that, it's 3-0 in favor of the Eagles.
If memory serves me correctly, the last time the Chippewas went down 3-0 in a hockey game. Now look out, pass right in front. Poor Zondek couldn't control it. It's lifted up. Here's Christopher Martin, gave it away, and a pass ahead, intercepted by Martin. Pettengill leaves it for his man across the line. A shot there by Haley, gloved down by Rofe. The last time Chippewas were down 3-0 in a hockey game was against Saginaw Valley State at Saginaw Bay Ice Arena back at the tail end of October. They ended up coming back to tie that hockey game, but right now it's not looking very good.
Another note about Briggs, the rookie from Clayton, New York, his team leading now 10th goal of the season, one above on Skylar Pettengill. And you want to talk about a great night for him halfway through the second period. He's going to be fired up with that one. No pun intended on the other side as the puck's way around the zone there by G.R. Armida. But, you know, the Eagles really seemed like they've had a game plan, and they knew they were the stronger team in the first half of the game, Reagan, and they've absolutely done everything they've had to, leading the shot totals, winning on the breakouts, winning the battles, the turnovers, the power play, just every facet of the game going in the Eagles' favor right now.
Speak of those shots, Chippewas getting outshot by a factor of 2, 30-15. Now that puck goes up and out of play. Christopher Martin flings it into the netting. In fact, that's another thing that the shorter glass does here at Hertz Arena. It's a little bit harder to play it up the glass. Chippewas are used to a little bit higher glass at Martin Ice Arena. That will result in a draw in the left wing circle. Chippewa into our left. One cleanly there by Jay Nadeau, and the Chippewas clear it out again. Brennan Martin off of the glass. My goodness.
Yeah, Reagan.
Second straight time.
The boards here at Hertz Arena, and notably at this blue rink here that the Eagles play on, has the about half-wall boards from the halfway boards of each zone to center ice about 1.5 feet shorter, actually 2 feet shorter than a normal board length. So when you try and chip pucks out of the zone, what happens is it flips up into the netting past the zone boards, and it allows the play to stop. And that's something Christian Martin now has done twice, and it's frustrating for the Chippewas who are not used to that.
Yeah, but picking up the puck across the way, pinned to the boards. There's Michael Rowe. It's worked up to the point. A hammer shot there by Shea Matruska was blocked away by Rove. Jay Nadeau picking up the loose puck behind his own net. 14 minutes to go here in the second period. A pass up ahead to Jay Nadeau. He had it knocked away from him. Two Chippewas collide there with Bradley Gordon, and they come out with the puck. Isaac Gibbs ahead on left wing. Martin had it go off of his stick, and the Eagles control once again.
And a sloppy pass there from Gibbs
wing
to Martin cost them right there. A turnover. Here come the Eagles.
Here's Gordon feeding it out in front. A shot lifted that high off the glass behind Rolfe. And the Chippewas are able to control once again. Kept into the line right side by Hartman. Oh, fire it around the boards. Torrey working down low, gets bumped off the puck. Good physical play there by Charlie Hayes. Now a shot from the right circle was blocked into the near side.
The Chippewas look so tired out there, Reagan. They're just a step behind on every play right now in the last 3 minutes. And thank goodness that Thomas Rolfe is there to bail them out. And he's just probably asking his team to bail me out. Here, look out.
Campbell getting held behind the play, literally right in front of the referee, almost taken down. There's almost no way that you can't call that, and the referee finds a way. Campbell lost the puck at the blue line. They feed it out in front. Knocked away from him by Simon Selly. The Chippewas have an opportunity. Campbell couldn't get to the puck in time as that goes up and out of play. Right in front of us here. He'll have a draw just outside the outside the Eagle line.
Reagan, there were 3 Chippewas moving in. Simon Selly, St. Andre, and Owen Campbell to that puck. And all 3 of them lost that as the Eagles were able to chip it out of the zone and get a stop. And Reagan, we just talked about right now getting a step behind. That's an opportunity right there that you absolutely have to settle the puck down in and get some sort of offense going right now. And they'll be lucky to have this faceoff draw in the Eagle end.
The Eagles win that draw, however. Hartman fires it around the far side, kept at the line by Cooper. A shot that was blocked into the near hash marks. Eagles are able to get it out to center ice. They might have a rush. Alex Lasky chasing after the puck there with Logan Beckwith. Cooper picks up the puck, drops it behind his net for Alex Lasky. Got a man up ice. Long pass up in the air. Glove down by Hartman over the line. That's going to be offsides. As Logan Beckwith, who was stuck inside the zone, couldn't get back in time as the Eagles move over offsides. 12:20 to go here in period number 2.
If you're looking for pictures of CMU hockey, look no further than Instagram. The fantastic Tristan Hagenstein takes some amazing pictures. The best of them can be found at his Instagram, Tristan Hagenstein Photography. Make sure to go give him a follow on Instagram as he's part of our media team trip here on this Florida trip. We'll snap some amazing photos for all of our social media.
Now here's St. Andre off the draw, neutralized. Near side, Campbell across the line right side. Working in the circle, Saucer pass across, and St. Andre deflected that high and up into the netting with 12:09 to go here in period number 2, and Hartman and St. Andre exchanging words after the fact.
Owen Campbell started the rush over the blue line and set one in front for the leading scorer for the Chippewas. One of them, Jacob St. Andre, just didn't get a great golf swack at it to settle it down, and it went way over the goal of Styles. But that's the stuff they need to do, and that's the best pass Owen Campbell I've seen him make tonight in front for St. Andre. They're going to need to have more of that here.
The Eagles win the defensive zone draw and chip it up out of play. Another clearing attempt that might have been in at another rink, but
you know, Reagan, I think we've set a record for the most pucks flipped out of into the protective netting or lack thereof of these half walls.
Well, my guess is the fact that is that they probably get a lot of that here.
Yeah, the boards. Yeah,
at least for maybe for a Chippewa game, we've set the record. Martin able to keep it in as he pinches down the right wing. Down low, feeding it out in front. St. Andre couldn't jam it home. Will collect the loose puck and throw it down behind from the left corner. Taking the puck there is Tyler Davidson ahead. It was intercepted. Without a stick there is Jared Searles as he played it out in front. How is that not a high stick?
Owen Campbell had a great chance there, Reagan, on the centering feed and just couldn't finish it home. Chippewas really struggling to finish these plays off right here.
Stretch
They're starting
pass.
to pass the puck better, but not able to finish.
Malakian over the line, a shot right on Rofe. He bobbled it. It's loose in front, and the Chippewas are able to clear it. And you're going to call that on Owen Campbell? My goodness, that's a soft call after what you've let go already. Eagles, Stiles is coming off for the extra attacker here. It's going to be 6-on-4 here. 6-on-5 here for the next, for as long as it, Eagles have possession. Pass up, here's Pettengill over the line, left side. Won't work down into the outside of the corner, feed it out in front. Campbell will take it and lift it the length of the ice, and a penalty coming up here on the Chippewas.
Man, Owen Campbell, a little bit of a softer call there, but he's going to go to the box. This one will last for 2 minutes there. Reagan. And just a sloppy overall last 5 minutes, if I would say, for Florida Gulf Coast, for really going both ways here. Tips finally have settled down a little bit of the play here, and credit to Owen Campbell at the 9:02 mark for the cross-checking is going to go to the box, and a little bit of a softer call, Reagan, but one that the Chippewas are now going to have to kill off.
Yeah, Chippewas 54 for 65 on the campaign when they're a man down. It's worked up top to Nussbaum, across there with Pettengill. Pettengill sends it near side. Hartman up top to Nussbaum. Nussbaum diving, blocked there by Keegan Moore. It's picked up across the way, worked up top right point, Nussbaum. Nussbaum near side, Hartman. Hartman top of the left circle, fires a shot low. Rofe turned it aside to the corner. Matthew Briggs behind the net. He's already got 3 goals tonight, looking for another one here on the power play. He scored his first one of the night on the power play. Now here's Pettengill. He'll tee it up and fire a shot. That went wide of goal. It rebounds across the way. Here's Kostnik, leaving it there for Gibbs, and will lift it the length of the ice with 1:20 to go here on the man advantage.
Block shots aren't exactly tracked in ACHA hockey, Reagan, but the Chippewas have done a lot better job in this game so far.
Good job by Rychak.
Keegan Moore is one of the best penalty killer forwards on this Chippewa team. He's been laying the body in front of Rofe so far in this period, not allowing at least only 1 shot on this power play so far from Florida Gulf Coast. And already a minute gone in that one. Much better from the Chippewas here.
Yeah, Eagles won't control behind their net, moving right to left here on this power play to Owen Campbell. Up the wingers, McNamara over the line, shut off there by Lasky. Left point, it's chopped down behind the net. Matthew Briggs picks it up, moves into the right corner, tries to shovel up top to Hartman, and he's successful in it. Pressured there by Rychak, and Hartman walks into the right circle, firing a shot. It's gloved down there by Rofe. Will hold on for a whistle with 35 to go on the penalty.
Reagan, tonight the Chips came in here with an 83 penalty kill save percentage, but the thing is they've only allowed 1 here tonight. This is exactly what we saw in the first game. We've said it time and time again. Power play for the Eagles, unsuccessful after the first one.
Here's kept on the line by McNamara. Dishes it off. Thrown down low across the way by Giarmata. Giarmata throws it up top. That was tipped right in front there by Tyler Davidson on the doorstep, and Rofe makes a good save in the redirect with 25 to go on the man advantage.
The broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the CMU Club Hockey Network. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place with the express written consent of the ACHA and CCHN.
It's played to the near side, taking it. There's James Rowe. Up top, he's got Matruska. Matruska feathers it down low, and a shot from the corner there by Giarmata, and Rofe will handle that one once again. 35 to 15, the shots on goal. Stiles warming up back in his own end, trying to stay loose, moving around that crease. Just a sign of how little action he's got in this hockey game.
And on the other side of the ice, Rofe has faced a lot, and notably on that glove side, Reagan. They're starting to pick the spot more on his left side of the glove.
Now 11 seconds to go. Now 3 on the man advantage. Here's Evan McNamara, fires a shot that was blocked away. Chippewas are out of the box and back to full strength, killing off their 4th power play of the night. Eagles back in their own zone. Feed it up to neutral ice. Good stick work at neutral ice by the Chippewas. It's wrapped around behind the net. Stiles out of his net to play it.
Nice job by Isaac Gibbs to keep it inside the zone.
It's worked to the near corner. Loose puck is feathered around behind there by Rowe. Gibbs feeding it out in front for Nadeau. Couldn't redirect it into the net. Alex Lasky fires a shot, redirected to the back door, and it's moved out here by the Eagles after they collect the rebound. Avner McNamara moving up with speed just over the line. Chippewa fans wanting an offside. And now Nadeau gets high sticked, and now Gibbs runs into the culprit of that penalty, Tyler Davidson. He's going to get sent off, and Gibbs is not happy at all. Or pardon me, that is Gibbs not happy at all with Tyler Davidson. Chippewa is going to go on the power play here for just the second time tonight.
Yeah, and a huge one coming up here, Reagan, as Chippewas need to find some sort of momentum. Tyler Davidson going to go to the box, as you mentioned, for that high stick on Jay Nadeau, initiated inside the Chippewa zone, but Brennan Martin came in there late to push off the forward Davidson off of Nadeau. And Martin, one of the captains on this Chippewa team with Keelan Baker, known for being that physical guy and not frustrated, sort of initiating guys on the ice right now inside the zone. This will come to Florida Gulf Coast End to start the power play, which will be the Chippewas' third of the night.
It's only their second of the night. They are 12 for 66 on the year, 0 for 7 on the weekend. Simon Selly wins it there for St. Andre, but here's a shorthanded 2-on-1. Over the line, here's a shot by Rowe. He rifled that just high. Took an odd hop off the end boards, and Rowe feathers it to the near side. Bradley Gordon sending it back to his own defensive end to make sure the Chippewas can't get control of it. Now Martin intercepts a pass, 3-on-2 over the line right side. Brennan Martin moving down low into the corner, feeding it out in front, bouncing puck. Hayes can't control it. He's trying to get control of it, but it's taken there by Rowe. He skies it down into the Chippewa end. Brennan Martin back there to play it with 1:20 to go.
That's a
with the man advantage.
Reagan, that's a great play by Brady Walsh to take away the shooting lane for Charlie Hayes after the feed in front by Martin.
Now Matthew Briggs coming back on the back check. Will take it and fling it down the ice, and Thomas Rofe coming out of his net, playing in the right corner, ahead to Jacob St. Andre. St. Andre through neutral ice across the Florida Everblades logo at center ice into the offensive zone. St. Andre moving behind the net into the right corner. Will try to feed it off the skate, but it went off Hartman, and it's played to the corner. Big hit there by Jay Nadeau pinching in from the corner. Nussbaum had lost his stick, but he gets it right back, and we're going to have a penalty here on the... Is it going to be on the Chippewas or the Eagles here? I can't tell. If it is, that's a weird time to blow the whistle because the Eagles still had control of the puck.
It's going to be Joey Simon Silly coming off, and that was an untimely penalty there, Reagan, as you mentioned. But this power play as it went on, folks, isn't as prominent as the Chippewas would like, mainly because the face-off draw win by the Eagles allowed them to control much of the power play and get on the shorthanded break. And even though the Chippewas, now their second power play of the night, stall out on that, they're going to have to go to a penalty kill for 1:30 after the penalty assessed to Joey Simon Selly. Did you get for it, Reagan?
Pardon?
Did you get the penalty assessment?
It was a slash on Simon Selly. Again,
I was as confused as were. I didn't really see the play happen.
Yeah, it was more behind the net, but again, I don't know why they blew it down. The Eagles had the puck.
Absolutely.
This has been an interesting night of officiating. They do have an odd three-man crew again, two referees, one linesman, and if you're going to have a three-referee crew, I don't know why you choose that arrangement. It's not a typical arrangement. Typically, you want to have two linesmen, but you can go with two referees. And we're going to have a draw. It's going to be 4-on-4 here for the next 38 seconds, a minute and 22 second power play will ensue for the Eagles after the expiration of that penalty against Tyler Davidson.
Well, I tell you what, a situational, at least for this 4-on-4, your best chance if you're the Chippewas is to win this face-off draw and get yourself some time and space. And then when you get to this penalty kill, even if you don't score, start to clear your zone, gain puck possession. It's one thing the Chips are struggling to do, because the one thing is they're not making the cleanest passes, as when they are, they're trying to get to these finishing areas that they can't complete on. And this is an important one here for the Chips. Won the draw.
Here's Charlie Hayes up right wing. Pulled backhanded into the offensive end, but the Eagles get it and lift it out to center. Kosnick taking it, will throw it in wide of Stiles with 22 to go on the 4-on-4. Puck comes to the nearest side. It's thrown down low there by Moore. Good forecheck here by Jacob Kosnick. He trying to get after his man Matruska. Matruska over the line, blocked right away by Rowe with a shot from the top of the right circle. Right point. Here's Pettengill. Pettengill, low shot. That was batted away. Now right in front, a shot. That one just trickled wide, coming off the stick of Samuel Haley. Chippewas now on the penalty kill. They are 3 for 4 on the night, 83% on the campaign. Now working over the line, James Rowe. Throw it around from the left side. It's picked up across the way by Davidson to the hash marks. He's taken down by Kosnick, and the puck comes up to the top of the circle, poked away by Hartman. Onto the stick of Charlie Hayes, though, and he'll lift it the length of the ice. That will go in on Stiles with 50 seconds left in the man advantage. Chippewas going for a change.
They're going to get a change off here in a new fresh of bodies. It'll be Gazdecki and Rychuk's penalty kill unit coming out here.
Now Rychuk picking up a loose puck at center ice over the line left side. He's taken hard to the board. Somebody lost a glove. Rychuk getting his hands up in the face. It was Rychuk that lost that glove. Now it's played up the left wing. Evan McNamara picking up the puck. Well, backhanded off the boards down low. Alex Lasky leaving it for his defensive partner. Cooper, they pass it right in front. McNamara couldn't finish that home. Now Jordan Cooper takes it and lifts it the length of the ice with 5 minutes to go. Here in period number 2. Ben Rychuk's glove still laying in the left corner. Pass up right wing, taking it, there's Jacob Toy. Nussbaum just barely onside over the line. Toy throws it into the far corner. Picked up there, they try to feed it out in front, but the Chippewas take it away and lift it the length of the ice. Stiles came out of his net to play it.
Reagan, that is an excellent penalty kill there by the Chippewas. They've taken away the time and space, and they're keeping everything to the outside, exactly what they need to do against this Eagles offense that loves to cut quickly into the ice and make these quick passes for finishes.
Bouncing puck at center ice, controlled by Campbell, but he had a bad
Look
pass
out,
go
Jacob
through center
Toy
ice.
and Campbell step up on each other.
Here's Simon Selly. Toy came after Lasky, chopped him down from behind. Across the way, bouncing puck around at the hash marks. It's up in St. Andre's equipment. It's back down on the ice now. Here's St. Andre playing it down. There's a glove laying in the left corner. It's still Rychuk and Dalton Sutherland giving it to the referee, thinking they should stop play due to the interference of that glove, but let play go on. A big hit by St. Andre on number 27, Michael Rowe, as that puck goes up out of play. And Sozio, who's been kicked out of the last game, is giving it to St. Andre over the bench, or over the glass, as he's disqualified last game. He's still leaving his mark on this hockey game.
Yeah, and the thing is, St. Andre and Michael Rowe talking there. These boards are so springy here, Reagan, that when you kind of bounce off them, you sort of get up like nothing really happened, compared to Martin Ice Arena, where the boards are so sticky and sort of fixed in there. And so when you see those big hits later against the boards, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. But this faceoff will come back to center ice, Reagan, and they really haven't established that.
Now the referee's pulling St. Andre back on the edge of the circle. That's a bit of a stingy note there, as St. Andre was barely had 2 feet in the face-off circle. Across the way, Baker fires it in, delayed offsides. Chippewas tag up behind his own net. There is Seals. Now a turnover. Stiles coming about 5 feet out of the top of his crease to make that save. Martin kept it in. Here's St. Andre down low to Campbell. Campbell picking up in the corner, leaves it there for Simon Selly. Simon Selly getting harassed from behind, feeds it near side. Brennan Martin couldn't corral it. He picks it off the boards, feeding it out in front, off of his skate. Martin gets it right back, feeds it out in front. Loose puck in the slot. Simon Selly knocked it away from his man Campbell, and Campbell doing a great job at the left point to keep that puck in.
Oh, and Campbell is all over the ice right now, keeping pucks in, turning them over. He's allowing this forecheck to happen.
Here's Campbell in the offensive end, knocked off the puck, and now Eagles might have a chance, but they give it away at center, but they get it right back. Matthew Rowley over the line left side, working into the circle. Backhand shot up high on Rofe, and he makes the save up against the post with 2:46 to go here in period number 2.
Yeah, Rofe is not going to allow any sort of easy backhanders like that from the near side to happen on him. And really, that whole forecheck was one of the best I've seen in the last 10 minutes for the Chippewas. Brennan Martin was out there feeding pucks in front, and credit to the Eagles defense cutting off those passing lanes. But the Chippewas need to start settling these shots down. Owen Campbell had a chance to get them back within 2, and they desperately need a goal here with 2:43 to go in the second period.
They do off the tie-up. They give it away, and Pettengill firing a lightning-quick wrist shot in on Thomas Roof. That glove hand has been busy not only tonight but also in this series.
I hate to say it for Nadu's sake, but they have him in a mismatch up against Pettingill out there. Pettingill really just getting it everywhere to get shots quickly on Rofe, and they're scary. One of the leading scorers for the Eagles.
Matthew Briggs feeding it to the side of the net and getting a shot off there with Samuel Haley. Now right circle, a shot right on, and Rofe denying Briggs in a bid for his 4th of the night.
You want to talk about an impressive line, Reagan. This Briggs line out there with Pettingill, Briggs, and number 14 out there for them. That's Samuel Haley. This is a really strong line that's just establishing the forecheck all over, getting shots everywhere, and they're so fast on their skates everywhere in the offensive zone.
Chippewas win the draw and play it up the ice. Here's Porzanic in behind the defense, and on Styles, backhand shot! Is that in? It is! Andrew Porzanic Breaks the lamp for the Chippewas.
No.
A great hustle there by Porzanic. The referee pointed emphatically at the net. It is in. Porzanic's the only one that saw it initially, and the Chippewas are on the board. Porzanic, that is his 7th of the campaign. Chippewas back within 2.
Porzanic won the race back to the puck after it trickled all the way back down to the Eagles' zone, beating out the defense and going forehand, backhand, and squeezing it just barely past the glove side of the goaltender Styles. Porzanic using the speed to his advantage. That's something the Chippewas absolutely needed. And we talked about effort right there. Andrew Porzanic, you get a star for that one, my friend.
Eagles get into the offensive zone. We tried to let you listen to that announcement on the goal, but I'm having a hard time deciphering what the heck the official is saying. Now, here's a shot over the line there by Evan McNamara. McNamara feeding out in front. Here's Isaac Gibbs taking. He might have a 2-on-1. Feeding ahead with Moore. Moore over the line. He'll pull up, right circle outside. Feeding it out in front. Nobody back on the back door. Gibbs getting tied up with Hartman. Now stretch past to Nussbaum. He gets taken down. There's going to be a penalty on Lasky here.
I don't agree with that one. Lasky caught up in the skates just coincidentally there with McNamara, and they're going to send him to the box here for the power play for the Eagles. And this will be their 5th one of the night, but I don't understand this officiating.
That one was knee.
For a little bit of a knee.
Lasky, as Hartman made the deke around, or as Nussbaum made the deke around him, he didn't intentionally stick out his knee, but he did knee him, and it's a good penalty call by the referees. So the Chippewas will head on the penalty kill for the 6th time tonight with 1:31 left.
Coincidental for the Chips. Now going to go to the penalty kill once again.
Good job by the Chippewas to intercept that puck and lift it the length of the ice. Styles leaves it for Nussbaum behind the net. Lasky again off for kneeing, a pass ahead, taken there by Jordan Cooper at his own defensive line. It'll fire it into the corner with 1:07 to go in the period, 1:36 to go in the man advantage.
Shots in favor of the Eagles, 41-17 right now, and they've got 1 more minute to kill for this penalty kill until the 3rd.
Here's Hartman over the line. Dropping it there for Haley. Near side, Nussbaum wide open left circle, feeding it down low for Briggs. His shot was blocked there by...
Great block by Rychuk.
Now Nussbaum over Briggs. Down low to Haley. Haley up top to Briggs in his skates. Feeds it near side, top of the left circle. Nussbaum feeding it out in front of the shot by Pettingill. Ripped that wide off the end boards. Now Chippewas, Jordan Cooper doing a good job to pick up that puck and lift it the length of the ice.
That's a great
with 30
job.
seconds to go.
That's a great job, Reagan, keeping everything from getting to the slot. Pettingill can't get a quick shot off when he is in the slot, so it results in a wide angle from Rofe. And I'm really excited about what Chippewas are doing finally on these penalty kills.
Stepping at the line, the clearing attempt by Gazdecki. It's thrown to the near corner. Loose puck behind the net, across the way. It's moved up top by Briggs. It hopped over the stick of James Rowe with 4 seconds to go in the period, and that'll be fired wide of Rofe as time expires here in the 2nd period. After 2 minutes of play, after 2 periods of play, Chippewas trail at 3-1. There we'll step aside for the 2nd intermission. We'll come back. We will have the 2nd intermission report here on CCHN. 3-1 the score after 40 minutes. Megan Cleaves back ready ringside here at Hertz Arena as the Chippewas get one in that second period, but Florida Gulf Coast got two of their own. Matthew Briggs completing the hat trick with Pettingill getting assists on both the goals in that second period. Coming at 109 and 436, Andrew Porzondik pulled the Chippewas back within two at the 17:45 mark of that second period on a puck that barely crossed the goal line behind Stiles. We're talking with the rest of the media team up here during the commercial break there. It was barely across the line, and Porzondik's lucky that referee called that a goal, but she called it a goal, and Chippewas have brought themselves back within two here against the number 8 team in the nation, the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Power plays in that second period. Chippewas went 0 for 1 when Davidson went off for a hold at 11:47, and then 3 penalties awarded to the Chippewas. One of them still on the board here in the third period, to start the third period. Lasky went off for a kneeing penalty at 18:29, and so in that second period, Florida Gulf Coast went 0 for 2 on the man advantage. They still again have half a minute left once on fresh ice once we start this third period. Shots on goal at the end of that second period, 41-17. Florida Gulf Coast getting 17 in that second period alone, and CMU only getting 10. Improvement from the 7 they got in the first period, but still not enough to come close to Florida Gulf Coast. Looks, if things continue the way they have, it seems pretty eminent that Florida Gulf Coast is going to elapse 50 shots for the second time in 2 games against these Chippewas, but they've been doing a good job. Chippewas have been shutting down shots in front. It's just been a couple of goals that Thomas Rofe has had trouble finding. Briggs' third goal was a rebound. He thought he had gloved it. He thought he had it in his glove, but it was laying right in front of him. His teammates cleared it, but Briggs picked off the clearing attempt and fired it through under Rofe's arm, and between his arm and his body and into the back of the net for Gibbs' third goal of the game from Pettingill, and also buried a 2-on-1 with Skylar Pettingill. So Pettingill and Briggs have been the dynamic duo for these Eagles here today. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, Devin covered the ACHA, so we'll cover the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard for you here. Hopefully, the next 7 minutes we can get that done. As for the CMU men's D2 games, they just recently they're playing 2 games against Northern Michigan at home. They finished their game earlier today at 5. It started at 5:30 last night. Was a late one at 10 p.m. Their next game here on the docket for D2 is a weekend series next week against Lake Superior State, as they're just about set to finish up their schedule with Lake Superior State on Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday they will play Sioux College to wrap up their year. For the women's team, they will play Bowling Green State University next Sunday. They have had 3 games canceled in the next 2 weeks. They're supposed to be California University of Pennsylvania and Lake Superior. They're supposed to be California University of Pennsylvania this weekend, but that one never shook out. And taking a look at the main Chippewa, at the varsity Chippewas schedule, Ball State again. The men's basketball game was postponed. My guess is due to COVID-19. The women's basketball team lost 45-57 at Ball State, and track and field took part in the Michigan Invitational in Ann Arbor. As for tomorrow, wrestling will be at SIU and will play South Dakota State in Edwardsville, Illinois, and that will be it for this weekend. The Grand Rapids Griffins in action tonight. They're live right now against the Milwaukee Admirals. They started at 7. Griffins actually lost to the Admirals 5-2 in that one. You can check the Griffins website just a little bit to take a look at the game story. It'll probably get posted somewhere before midnight, and you can also check back for highlights. As for the OHL, the Saginaw Spirit beat the Erie Otters 5-4 in a shootout at Erie Insurance Arena. The Saginaw Spirit get that win tonight, even though despite being heavily outshot 22-46 by the home Erie Otters. As for the Detroit Red Wings, they are trailing 2-0 to the Predators with 3:14 left in the second period. Predators currently on a power play. You can watch that game on Bally Sports Detroit. Taking a look around the NHL, the Devils defeated the Hurricanes 7-4. Rangers beat the Coyotes 7-3. Coyotes just recently notched their 10th win of the campaign, which is a late time to do it. Maple Leafs beat the Islanders 3-1. Avalanche knock off the Canadiens in overtime 3-2, as do the Capitals. Same score in overtime against the Senators. Blackhawks and Wild. Blackhawks lead 2-1 over the Wild at the end of 20 minutes. Flames and Oilers set to kick off at 10 p.m. as well as the Lightning and the Sharks. Other finals, Sabres beat the Flyers 6-3, and the Jets lose to the Bruins by a final score of 3-2. And for the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals knock off the Tennessee Titans in the divisional round, and that's a huge win for Cincinnati. Myself being a Bengals fan, great job by Joe Burrow to knock Joe Burrow and the rest of his receiving corps, and good job by the defense to hold the number one team in the AFC to 16 points as they knock off the number one seed, the Tennessee Titans, and head to the AFC Championship game next weekend. 3:13 left here in the intermission. We'll step aside. When we come back, it'll be the final 20 minutes of regulation here on CCHN. Go.
Back with you inside the Hertz Arena here in Estero, Florida, getting set for third period action here between Central Michigan and Florida Gulf Coast. Right now, Florida Gulf Coast leading 3-1 after Matthew Briggs' hat trick in the first two frames. Florida Gulf Coast Eagles have been all over the ice right now in control. Luckily, Andrew Porzonik for the Chips was able to get them back within 2 goals right now to start the third period. Shots in favor of Florida Gulf Coast, 41-17. But we're going to give you some third period keys to the game presented by SeaMuchIceHockey.com right now for you. The first one that we need to see right now is settle the puck down for the Chippewas. The Chips have had a lot of these opportunities with a bouncing puck and a lot of things coming off the boards that they necessarily haven't settled down to get the play going. You need to settle the play down, settle yourselves down, and get the breakout going. And when the breakout does happen on the rush, skate hard and join the rush. A lot of players right now making individual efforts and not necessarily seeing help at the blue line. You need to start plays that'll allow for my final point is finish the play. These players need to wait for their time and space to create it happen, cut to the center of the ice and get the shots on net on Styles. And when it doesn't go through to the back of the net, crash the net, get shots on net, and put it on Styles. And that will give the Chippewas what they need. But right now, this is all Florida Gulf Coast through two frames right now. We'll rejoin with Reagan here for the start of the third period.
Yeah, start of the third period coming up here. Thomas Rofe back in his net to our right. Nicholas Stiles in net to our left. Chippewas will go right to left. Countering will be the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, left to right. Again, Eagles looking much like the Vancouver Canucks on the road. Chippewas in their standard road uniforms standard maroon uniforms with gold trim and gold numerals. We've got 20 minutes on the clock here at Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. Chippewas on the penalty kill for another 29 seconds to start this period.
The top group for penalty kill will be out here with Gazdecki, Rychuk, and Charlie Hayes, and an important one here for 25 seconds.
Chippewas are able to get it out, but bounces right back in. Eagles have to tag up, and Rychuk will survey and throw it down behind Nicholas Stiles, the length of the ice. 12 seconds to go here in the power play. Here's Pettengill across that line. Drop pass for Haley. Haley will let a shot go. That was well wide and comes off the boards in the corner. Hartman in the right corner. Good defensive
here comes
stick
out of the
work
box
there
Lasky.
by
He'll be replaced by
Martin.
Campbell.
Here's Haley working it up top to Nussbaum. And a shot from the right point, glove down by Thomas. Rofe Chippewas killing off their sixth. They're killing off the sixth penalty of the night. They are 5 for 6 here on the man disadvantage, which improves them to 83.82 on the season.
Reagan, 1 point to make right now is last night when I talked to Coach Cataline, he mentioned dehydrated players on the Central Michigan bench, how there were guys throwing up even back there and not able to get on the ice because of the tiredness. That's not the case here in the third period. It looks like they're all ready to go out on the ice, so they're able to run 4 lines quickly if they need to.
Here's St. Andre getting the puck out to center ice at the center ice face-off circle. It's tipped into the offensive end. Lasky letting that hit off his chest before he settles it down. St. Andre tried to kick that to himself. But here comes Tyler Davidson across that line, left side. Leaves it for Evan McNamara. Quick shot right on, blocked it away by Thomas Rofe. And here's Owen Campbell. Can't get it out himself, but he's assisted by Florida Gulf Coast as they send it back into their own end accidentally.
This is an important one right here. You need to win this battle.
There's Campbell. Loose puck out in front. Is knocked away, and the Eagles get it out to center. Here's a speedy Matthew Briggs. Beaten to the puck there by Jordan Cooper. Campbell picks up the pass. Over the line. Deeks around a man. Moving into the circle. Feeding in a pass across. St. Andre moving in. A shot that hit a body in front. It is loose to the side of the net. Great defensive stick work as Simon Selly gets jumped from behind. Chippewas wanting a call. Now a wraparound. Free at the side of the net. And Stiles will hold on with 18-14 to go here in the third.
For just a moment, Jacob St. Andre had a wide open net in the slot, but it was Nussbaum and Briggs for Florida Gulf Coast to block that in front. And even Jordan Cooper, it might have went off his shoulder in front. Jacob St. Andre, if he just pushes that to the net, maybe closer, he has a wide open net to make this one. What a lost opportunity there for the Chips.
Yeah, and a good play by just happenstance that there happened to be a Eagle right in front. Now Nadeau lost an edge. Might have been penalty material, but none coming. And then Martin fires one from center ice. Stiles had to direct that into the corner off his pad. Up right wing is Gordon. Gordon feeding it ahead to Michael Rowe. Had it go through his skates. Now Jay Nadeau charging right to left up through center ice. Pass across to Isaac Gibbs across the line right side. Will work in, fires a shot. That one just went narrowly wide. Now here's Brennan Martin. Will work it down low. Porzondik feeding out in front. That one was just sent wide by Brennan Martin. Across the way. Rowe gets it up. Good keep, but it's right onto the stick of Logan Beckwith, and they have to chase it back in the Chippewa end. Now here's Gibbs over the line. Fires a shot. Save, rebound. Oh, and a great defensive diving play there by Robert Nussbaum, laying out the body to deflect that puck up into the netting.
Much better pressure here by the Chips. So 2.5 minutes into this third period. They've gotten 3 quality chances on Stiles right there. They had another one off the blade of Brennan Martin. Just sent the shot wide in the slot. A great forecheck right now from the Chippewas. They're going to send their third line back out here with Kosnick. And it'll be Julian Johnson, the new guy, taking the faceoff draw out there with, it looks like, number 16, Keegan Moore.
It's going to be Beckwith hitting in with Julian Johnson.
Number 26 and 26 in the faceoff.
Opposite numbers. digging in. Johnson in his second game as a Chippewa. Helped out transferring from Adrian over the break. Can't win the draw. Nussbaum fires it around the boards. Good keep there by Martin at the point. Thrown down low, bouncing puck in the right circle, taken by Beckwith. He fires it up the boards, glove down, a shot. That went wide from the right point. There by Martin. Puck comes free at the left point. Kostic picks up a loose puck, left circle, deking in front, trying to backhand pat. Backhand shot, that didn't go. Kostic picks up the loose puck, right corner. Won't move behind the net, feeding it out in front, tried to stuff it side. And Stiles standing tall, making some great saves as the Chippewas get some pressure here in the offensive end. 3 shots in that flurry. There.
Jacob Kosnick, the freshman from Jackson, Michigan, making a couple of nice dekes to get a shot on net from Stiles. Julian Johnson not able to finish it near side, but I love the forecheck and the effort right now from Jacob Kosnick.
Briggs wins the faceoff. Hartman fires it up the glass, and the Chippewas control it.
Here's
Johnson over the line, had the puck knocked away from him. Nussbaum feeds it ahead to Briggs.
Look out.
Briggs, he's got 3 to 9, walks into the right circle. Feeding it out in front. Haley let a shot go. That one went about a foot wide. Kosnick chasing after his man. Martin pummels his man into the corner. Julian Johnson down low with Charlie Hayes. Picks it up. He doesn't get all of it on the clearing attempt, and Hartman will fling it around the boards to the far corner. Good job to get it out by Kosnick, and that's not going to be an icing as Stiles comes out of his net to play it.
Sorry to cut you off here, Reagan. We almost had too many men on the ice for the Chips. They had about 9 forwards out there changing, but they do get the fresh person now. No penalty, 16 minutes to go in the third.
Here's Lasky ahead to Cooper. Cooper lost the puck to Haley, and he chips it into the offensive end. Just under 5. And it's gone here in this third period of play. Pass ahead up
because they
left
almost
wing.
possessed the puck after that dump there by Keegan Moore.
Now St. Andre got a high stick by Davidson. He went down in a heap, but he gets back up and goes to the bench. Here's Ben Reichuk off the boards. Who's the penalty going to be on here?
It's going to be a power play coming here for the Chips.
Going to be a rough here at the 4:27 mark of the opening of the third period of play. Chippewas to head on only their fifth power play.
Reagan, they're going to give that roughing call to none other than number 13, Tyler Davidson. And Davidson, finally his first penalty of the weekend series going to the box. This is going to be a big power play coming up here for the Chips. And they're going to get this one. They've had great offensive pressure the last 5 minutes, and they're going to have their top power play group out here for the moment, or excuse me, second group out here. It'll be Isaac Gibbs.
Chippewas still bidding for their first power play goal in this series as that shot is deflected up and out of play. Blocked there by Michael Rowan. He's feeling it. Chippewas couldn't capitalize in their first meeting with these Eagles on 5 opportunities. They were denied on all 6 of their chances last night, and so far they're 0 for 2 here tonight. Jay Nadeau had that puck knocked away from him off the face-off, but the Chippewas get it back. Here's Gibbs trying to dipsy-doodle through the defense. He lost the puck, but he gets it right back, throws it down to the right, into the right corner. Jay Nadeau behind the net looking for a pass. He's got Cooper at the point, but elects to keep it.
They're going to look for Gibbs here.
Across to Martin, feeds it on low, and a shot bingo shot there by Jordan Cooper. And Stiles holds it at the left post.
The whole entire play around this, Reagan, is that fact that Jordan Cooper is able to get this puck back to the point, and they're trying to do is funnel everything towards the center. They're trying to cut off the pinching defenders from Florida Gulf Coast and get in the passing lanes and get quicker shot off here. They haven't been able to do it so far. Florida Gulf Coast giving to the outside.
That puck will deflect off the boards. Bouncing puck, Cooper couldn't corral it, and the Eagles get it the length of the ice. 14:58 to go here in the third period of play. Isaac Gibbs holds behind his net. Up right wing, Christopher Martin ahead to Jay Nadeau. Backhanded it behind the net. The wing kept in at the line by Gibbs. Pinching down low, sacrificing the body there to keep that puck in, but the Eagles get the length of the ice on the second opportunity. Now Thomas Rofe, his defenseman, went for a change. He's going to send it up the length of the ice. And Porzondik gets taken down. Where the devil is the call there? My goodness.
Man,
he's taken down to the ice, and That is an atrocious missed call by the referee who's standing 2 feet from it.
Yeah, Andrew Brzonik and the whole entire CMU bench not going to like that one along with Reagan. And this game has gotten a little bit out of hand with the calls here, sort of one-sided so far.
Here's St. Andre over the line on the pass from Campbell. He's taken down to the ice, and how is that not a penalty? Martin back up top, throws a wrist shot on goal, saved by Stiles, and he'll hold on. Talk about the calls being possibly a little lopsided. There have been 6 penalties on the Chippewas and only 3 on the Gulf Coast Eagles.
And just
here
like
tonight.
Zondik there, St. Andre was taken down directly in the corner with the shoulder, and that's something you simply cannot do. I'm standing next to a referee that works for USA Hockey, and I can tell you folks that he is absolutely furious right now. But nonetheless, the power play still continues for the Chippewas. 20 seconds. They got to try and get pressure here. They're still in the Fort Gulf Coast zone trying to get some offense here.
Martin throwing it down low. St. Andre keeps it at the point, throws it down low to Campbell. Campbell had it hop over to stick. Simon Selly gives it to him, though. Up to the left point, St. Andre. St. Andre holding it. Fan on the shot, throws it down low to Campbell. Back up to St. Andre in the left circle. Had it knocked away from him, and the Chippewas go 0 for 3 as out of the box hops Davidson. Now Eagles have a 3-on-2, but a good play there by St. Andre to keep the puck in. Now a pass across Simon Selly. In. He draws a penalty here. Thomas Rowe is going to go to the bench. And Davidson will backhand that up, and we'll see what the call. It's going to be a slash here. Chippewas on the power play here for the 4th time tonight. Maybe those calls are evening up just a little bit.
That's back Reagan, and Fort Gulf Coast has only got 1 shot so far through the 7 minutes of this 3rd period right now. 42-24 in favor of Fort Gulf Coast. But the Chippewas with 8 shots on net, and the point of that is they've had 4 or 5 more of quality scoring chances, and they're going to go back to the power play. There's been some missed calls so far from this officiating crew on our end for Central Michigan, and they're going to get one right here that they deserve on the power play. And it'll be number 16 going to the back of Fort Gulf Coast. That is Skylar Pettingill.
Draw on the right wing circle. It's thrown around the boards to the near side. Cooper keeps it at the line. Chippewas on the power play. They're 0 for 3 tonight. Down low, Porzondik back up to Cooper. Wrist shot, blocker's side, turned aside by Stiles. Porzondik has it in the right corner, feeding it across. Cooper wide open, a shot, saving the rebound. Another save by Stiles. He was great on that one, drawing a roar from the crowd to our left.
What a second chance there by Jordan Cooper, Reagan. 2 quality chances, and Stiles absolutely came up huge there for Fort Gulf Coast. Keeps it at a 2-goal deficit for CMU.
Here's Jay Nadeau, cross-ice pass to Cooper over the line right side. Full hold up, fired around the boards. Gibbs coming down in the right corner, couldn't corral it. Martin kept it in at the line. Loose puck, Jay Nadeau boarded into the boards, and there's a penalty. You can't do that.
Uh-oh, look at Isaac
and
Gibbs.
And we might have a scrum here as Gibbs
go.
Comes in to protect his teammate. Nadeau got boarded extremely hard into the boards, and as soon as you see those numbers, you can't check a guy like that, and it's going to be a penalty. Sozio still giving it to the Chippewas from off the ice.
Jordan Cooper's over there talking to Sozio coming off the ice, but this is going to be a 5-on-3 penalty coming up here to Fort Gulf Coast, and he's going to get sent off the ice here. He's going off. Number 8, James Rowe, sent off for the boarding call, and he's going to be gone. Brendan Martin, the opposite A, clapping for that one, and it's going to be a huge power play coming up here for the Chippewas.
It'll be 5-on-3 for a minute and 9 seconds.
They absolutely need this one in the bag. 12:21 to go in this 3rd period. The Chippewas trying to mount a comeback in this game against Fort Gulf Coast, who went up 3 off of Matthew Briggs' hat trick, and the referee motioning to the players off the ice here, Sozio and Rowe, really quickly trying to assess what the situation is here. They're not putting the penalty up on the board yet, just about yet, but they're actually going to bring Rowe back on the ice here.
Come on.
So Rose is coming back out there.
You can't change your mind like that.
So James
Interesting
Rowe,
call by the officials.
coming off the ice. We thought he was going to get a game for that one for the boarding call on Jay Nadeau, but he's actually going to head to the box, so he'll join Skylar Pettingill there. The Chippewas will go to the 5-on-3 penalty here with 12:21 to go. Reagan, they're going to get the top group out here. Owen Campbell's joined in the Florida Gulf Coast zone with Charlie Hayes and Jacob St. Andre. They're going to develop a plan here, somewhat around Jacob St. Andre. Look for him to go to that low slot area, try and bang it home, blocker side on Skylar Pettingill. This is absolutely the biggest power play of the game for the Chippewas, and they're going to need this one right here if they want to get back into it.
Yeah, it'll be a 5-on-3 for 1:09. Chippewas, assuming it's either going to be a 5-minute major. It is. So they're going to be on the power play for a long time here. Maybe they can.
5-on-3 for 1:09, right?
And then they've also got they got a 4-minute 51-second power play, or pardon me, 3-minute 51-second power play after that, and it's going to be an all-you-can-eat one here. As it's only a 5-minute major, I would have. Judging by the way they sent him off, I would have thought it would have been a game misconduct, but they brought him back, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 here for the Chippewas.
It looks like Florida Gulf Coast is going to assess their penalty kill top unit here. It'll be Robert Nussbaum out there with number 18 out there, Michael Giaramita, and the assistant captain for them addressing the play, Blake Hartman. And he'll go up against Joey Simon-Selly, one of the best face-off men in all of the ACHA Division III. More time for a 5-on-3 here, folks.
Now the officials are still talking with head coach Brian Myers across the way for Florida Gulf Coast, drawing a lengthy delay from this hockey game. He's wondering what's taking so long down there, and eventually
the players are absolutely fired up on Central Michigan's bench. They're banging the boards here, Reagan.
This is a massive opportunity for the Chippewas. 5-on-3 for over a minute. Here's St. Andre, top of the right circle, feathering it down low for Simon-Selly. Fitting out in front, Hayes jammed it away. Martin keeps it top of the slot.
They need to settle it down
across
here.
The way.
Wait for the play to
There's
develop.
Owen Campbell. Campbell up top to Martin. Martin across. A one-timer denied by Stiles, but the Chippewas gain the rebound once again. Martin into the skates of Campbell. Along the left wing half wall. Up top to Martin. Martin across. A one-timer fanned on there by Martin. Drawing a roar from the Florida Gulf Coast crowd, and that puck is going to trickle out here with 33 to go in the 5-on-3.
Man, Brendan Martin absolutely set up in the right circle. Jacob St. Andre and the one-timer just fanned on that one, but they still got it for 24 more seconds.
Here's Martin down in the left circle to Campbell, back up top to Martin, top of the slot. We'll feed it down low to Simon-Selly across to St. Andre. He couldn't corral it. 14 to go in the 5-on-3.
Gotta settle the puck down here.
Simon-Selly holds it, top of the left circle, across to St. Andre, back up top to Martin. They've got to get a shot on here with 2 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Now Campbell had it knocked away from him. Hartman got the better of the hit on Campbell. Here's Simon-Selly feeding it in front. It was tipped to the far boards. Charlie Hayes spinning around and firing it across to Campbell. Campbell left circle. Campbell puts on the brakes. Chippewas haven't got a shot on the power play yet. My goodness. Cycling the puck like machines, but can't get shots off. Here's Simon-Selly. Near side half wall. Up top to Martin. He'll let a shot go. Blocked by the Eagles. It's worked up top, Martin.
They got to set up Simon-Selly here.
Throw it around the board. Simon-Selly picks it up in the corner. 3:14 to go in the man advantage. St. Andre wasn't expecting that pass and got to go through his skates.
Ready for that pass, Reagan. That's the third time he's missed on it.
Now a one-timer by St. Andre at the top of the slot was sailed well high. Now Campbell behind the net. Tried to feed in front to Simon-Selly, but nobody home. And a big flying hit there by St. Andre as the Eagles send it back into the Chippewa end. 2:50 to go on the man advantage.
Both teams will take 2:45 left to go on this power play. Jay Needham's going to skate up quickly here. And if you're Central Michigan right now, you just failed on that 5-on-3. A little bit of sloppy passing and missed one-timers from St. Andre notably. But they're going to get a fresh unit out here. It's go time for the Chips on this 5-on-4.
Chippewas are having trouble breaking out here with 2:27 to go on the man advantage. This is an all-you-can-eat power play. They can score multiple times and keep the man in the box. Now Cooper around his man at center. Here's Cooper working into the circle, firing it up, crossing at Nadeau on the back door, but elected to shoot it. Now Nadeau, near side to Christopher Martin. He'll let a shot go off the side of the net. Good reach by Porzondik to keep that puck in, and a diving play there by Gibbs to be able to do it. And he walks into the circle, a shot, saving the rebound. Blocker to the near side. Martin feeding it out in front, it deflected wide. Cooper across the way, holds it right point, up top to Gibbs, across to Martin, across to Porzondik, back to the right side. He settles it down. Across near side, deflected. Here's Martin, a shot. He didn't get a ton of it. And the Eagles netminder Nicholas Stiles holds on for the whistle with 1:42 to go in the man advantage.
A couple of great looks for the Chippewas. Isaac Gibbs kept the play alive at the blue line, but it wasn't enough to get it to Christopher Martin for a quality shot. They're cycling the puck like machines, as Reagan mentioned, and they're getting quality chances to the net, but the slot area is being well protected by the Eagles defense, really keeping the Chippewas away from a one-timer here.
Simon Selly off the draw. Porzondik tried to move in, and the Eagles get it and clear it out. Now let's see how long it takes the Chippewas to get set up again. Davidson moving quickly on the forecheck for the Eagles here on this penalty kill. Martin up the boards, intercepted by Hartman. Big hit there by Isaac Gibbs, and Davidson crunching together with two Chippewas on the near side. Puck down to the right wing corner of the Chippewa, and it's bouncing around. Porzondik picks up the puck. He's got the only Chippewa goal of the night thus far. We'll move around the defense, picking up the puck, feeding out in front. Chippewas haven't been able to get anybody out in front for that.
Chippewas got to wait for numbers here. They're going to get Jacob St. Andre coming back into the play.
Near side, Porzondik settles it down in the corner, receives a hit, and gives it away on the intercept pass, and it's sent down the length of the ice.
The Chippewas trying to get everything to the middle of the ice, and that's what you want to do. You want to get stuff in front of the net and create chances on net, but they're not getting the shots off. They're trying to cycle the puck, get things
now
to the
the
middle.
Chippewas give it away behind the net.
It.
Matthew Briggs picks up the loose puck and feeds it on Thomas Rofe, who has to cover it on the power play. And all the momentum on this 5-on-4 is steadily in the hands of the Eagles.
Yeah, and if you're that Eagles bench right now, you're absolutely fired up from this penalty kill. And credit to defenders Robert Nussbaum and Blake Hartman. They've been everywhere on the ice in the slot area, taking away the passing lanes and making it difficult on the Chippewas, giving it to the outside. And the faceoff's going to come in their own zone. The Chippewas need to win this one. And they do.
They do. Here's Jordan Cooper getting around the defensive Pettingill. He's got
rush.
speed, 3-on-2. Over the line, right side, into the circle, feeding it out in front. A shot cleared away. Good job. And now Cooper runs into the official accidentally. I really hope it wasn't on purpose. Now Simon Selly holds it right circle. Across to Cooper. Cooper feeding it out in front. That was tipped through the legs there by Campbell and went wide. St. Andre knocked down from behind, and the Eagles take it and lift it the length of the ice. The fifth power play of the night for the Chippewas has expired. Eagles kill off a massive opportunity for the Chippewas. And Chippewas need to get something quickly here.
Still 7:10 left to go in this game, and Chippewas are one of the better 5-on-5 teams in the ACHA Division 3. They need some here.
Oh, look out, a shot scored! Julian Jensen, his first goal in his ACHA career, rips it past the blocker of Nicholas Stiles. The Chippewas are back within one.
What a job by Owen Campbell in the Florida Gulf Coast end to keep the play alive after Pettingill, or rather Rowe, came out of the box. He got back out. Hey, Owen Campbell pushed over the blue line and got it in front for the new guy, Julian Johnson, to absolutely wrist it home, blocker side on the goaltender Stiles. And even though they didn't score on the 5-on-3 or 5-on-4 penalty, they get back within one with 7:03 to go in this game.
Great goal there by Julian Johnson, his first goal not only as a Chippewa, but also in his ACHA career. Now working up, here's Tyler Davidson over the line right side. Moving in, fan of the shot, good work there by Johnson.
Here they come, 3-on-2.
Now here's Johnson, they got a 3-on-2 the other way. Oh, here's Moore over the line, shut off by Nussbaum, good defensive work. Here's play to the near side, McNamara, backhand pass out to center ice, intended there for Giarmata, but it was too far for him. The Chippewas control back in their own end. 6:28 to go here in period number 3. Chippewas have scored 3 unanswered goals. That will be icing here with 6:23.
Fans, if you are looking for game reports, stats, schedules, and more, take a trip to SeaMuchIceHockey.com. There you can find those and much more, including player information, recruiting information, apparel, and more. That's SeaMuchIceHockey.com. As the faceoff's going to come back in the Chippewa zone.
Keegan Moore tried going off the ice, and the door was open for him as he tried to hop the boards.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
oh, certainly.
Wow.
One heck of
What a heck of a move
It
there.
reminds me of Marty Turco opening the door on that Blues player on the bench as the puck went down the ice. Except this was his own teammate that did it. Now a shot through traffic. Off the draw was blocked aside by Thomas Rofe. Puck free across the way. A shot right on Rofe, and he'll hold on to it.
Isaac Gibbs was looking for the stretch pass there from Porzondnik at the far side half wall and didn't get it right there, as moving in to pinch in there was Matthew Briggs, who scored 3 goals tonight for Florida Gulf Coast, and they haven't had a shot exactly on goal. That was the first one they had in the last 5 minutes, but nonetheless, the Chippewas, one of the better teams in 5-on-5 here, won another draw.
Chippewas have only allowed 3 shots, at least according to Joel Drucker, who's keeping shots for the CMU team to our right here. Only 3 shots in this period. Now that pass, Gibbs couldn't handle it as it was behind him. Briggs takes it away. Gibbs and Briggs there.
Yeah.
Surprised I haven't messed that up already today. Now let's play out to center ice. Here's Hartman feeding it across to Briggs. Briggs fires it into the near corner. 5:46 to go here in period number 3. We're in a 1-goal contest from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. Delayed offsides. There we go. One referee put his arm down and the other one put his arm up, catching that one. Now Lasky trying to get through center ice. Now a pass ahead for Briggs, intended for him. Now Isaac Gibbs up left wing, feeds it down behind us. Styles one. Nussbaum will take it. Left to right come the Eagles here in this 3rd period of play. Nussbaum lost the puck for a moment, sends it down low. Cooper gave it away to Nussbaum. Up the right wing, he'll tee it up and fire a shot. That one almost went behind Rofe there. He got only a little bit of it. Now Pettingill, puck free at the side of the net.
Great job by Rofe with the stick to block that centering feed away.
Now Simon Selly moving through center ice. He's getting chopped at from behind in the right circle, taken down. Chippewa bench up and arms on that one as it's sent back out to center ice.
That one, Simon Selly just lost his balance on, and kind of a clean hit there, but fell to his back there, no call.
Now Simon Selly over the line, tried to split the defense, didn't work. Puck laid free in the slot, and it's cleared the length of the ice. Charlie Hayes will come back to play it, but he's challenged here by Pankey. Marcus Pankey forces the Chippewas to throw it back out to center ice. Owen Campbell picks it up. They'll try to move up left wing. It was given away. Here's a shot that was blocked off the stick there by
They got to try and control the puck here in their own end here, Reagan.
They kept it at the line there. Now a giveaway. Here's Owen Campbell with speed up right wing. Campbell moving in, pulls up. He's got St. Andre with him. Tried to feed it in front. It was blocked there by the defenseman that was back there, Jared Searles. Now that one goes up and out of play and hits the air duct above the ice here with 4:01 to go.
Yeah, that was
in the 3rd.
That was a great job there, Reagan. Searles taking away the passing lane for Campbell, who almost got outpaced there, matched with Searles to the puck. Jacob St. Andre was there in the slot, ready for the one-timer, but nonetheless, they're still going to get a face-off here in the Florida Gulf Coast zone. 4:01 to go in the game.
Draw will come to the left circle of the Chippewa, or the Eagle end here, to our left. Off of the type, the Eagles get it and lift it out to center ice. Icing waved off. It was deflected before the red line. 3:53 to go here in period number 3. Puck kept in at the line. There by good work. There by Searles. Across the way, Baker fires it around the boards to the near side. Jacob Kostic puts on the brakes, gets around his man, Brennan Martin. Will feed it down low to Baker. Baker lofted the pass for Kostic. It was too high for him to glove it down. And Searles will play it defensively. Up through center ice. Davidson had it poked away from him. Brennan Martin pursuing after the puck.
Here comes Isaac Gibbs on the ice. Scored the goal with 3 minutes left last night.
Now pass intercepted. Good job there by Davidson not to put his man off sides. Moore took his man hard with a hip check there. Now Pettingill had a chance at the side of the net. And now taking down Pettingill there was Johnson. Puck free in the near corner. It's played down behind Rofe. We'll play it out to center ice. Nussbaum had it hop over his stick. And we'll play it back in the own end. Now Haley picked off a pass from Brennan Martin. Chippewas have tried that stretch pass a lot in this series. Hasn't really worked for them.
Yeah, Reagan, but the Eagles have matched that. They're playing back at center ice.
Porzondnik over the line right side. Circle a shot. That was blocked there by defensive stick. Now it's settled down. Here's Hartman. Hartman racing up right wing. He's got a man with him. 2-on-2 over the line.
Nice
had the puck knocked away from him there by Cooper.
Reagan, the thing is that they're playing at center ice defensively. The Eagles are putting the forecheck on, but they're playing well defensively.
Riggs let a shot go on Thomas Rofe. That looked like it was going wide. He settled it down as he elects to cover that puck for a whistle with 2:17 to go here in the third.
The Chippewas have to be really clever here because, as you mentioned, they're really trying to stretch pass out. They've got Gibbs waiting at center ice near their own blue line, waiting for that stretch pass. But the thing is, the Eagles know that's coming. They know how dangerous Gibbs is, so they're trying to wait for the breakout, and the Chippewas got to settle down and wait for numbers.
Now here's Jacob St. Andre leading the rush up to the Chippewas. His pass for Campbell went off his skate.
Every pass matters
here. And the Eagles send it around the boards. Here's Owen Campbell in the corner. A loose puck, can't be cleared by the Eagles. It's still tied up along the half wall now. We'll watch for Thomas Rofe here as the Eagles intercept a pass. Can't get it to the line. Alex Lasky takes it, feeding it out in front. Simon Selly had it knocked away from him. And here's Jordan Cooper at center ice. He'll loft that in. Stiles will take it and hold it for a whistle here with 1:43 to go. Here's Thomas Rofe staying in his crease for the moment. We haven't seen Thomas Rofe being pulled a lot this season. Also, Chippewas haven't trailed a ton.
Chips are going to take a timeout here, Reagan, to assess what they want for the forecheck.
As they take a timeout on the ice, we will take one as well. Chippewas discuss, and we will come right back in about 30 seconds with the remainder of this third period. Chippewas looking to tie it here in the final minute and 45 seconds.
Okay, so it looks like we're looking at a personnel change here for both teams right now. The defensive group out here will be Blake Hartman, joined along with Evan McNamara, but the Chippewas are going to get their
Rofe stand at the bench.
Group out here. Thomas Rofe will go to the bench. The Chippewas are going to get their 6-on-5 group out here. That's going to be Owen Campbell, Joey Simoncelli, Jacob St. Andre, Jordan Cooper, Christopher Martin, and they're going to send Rofe back to the crease just one more time here before pulling him before this one. So we will stay 5-on-5.
Draw to the left, wing circle of the Eagles end off of the tie-up. Eagles trying to get the puck, but Simon Selly succeeds in moving it down low. Now they feed it out in front. Loose puck taken away by the Eagles. Guess it's good that Thomas Rofe stayed in. Now Jordan Cooper gets held down to the boards. Chippewa bench up in arms about the Tyler Cataline, giving it to the referee. How there's not a penalty.
They're going to hold this at the far side corner, Reagan.
Good defense, good tactics to pin it in the offensive end, and they play it, and we might have a loose puck as it's still playing in the corner. We've got 4-on-3, and finally we have a whistle and multiple players down. Looks like Davidson is down in a heap along with another Eagle. Looks like Evan McNamara, and Davidson gets up and gives Simon Selly a shove. We've got 1:04 left here in the third period of play. Eagles banging the boards over their bench. That was a long battle for the puck in that left wing corner. And they're going to give a penalty to Jordan Cooper, and he is fired up. He's going straight to the ref, wondering what the heck he just got called for, and I'm wondering the same thing. My goodness. You make a call that late and he just broke his stick. He's probably going to get a misconduct for that. That is inexcusable by the referee to give Cooper a penalty as he's getting off of the ice.
So Jordan Cooper, it looks like it was some sort of conversation there with a Photograph Cove player. We're not sure if it was Blake Hartman or Skylar Pettingill, but nonetheless, it's going to be a minor penalty maybe assessed here to the Chippewas. We're waiting to see Captain Brendan Martin's joined over there at the scoring table with Michael Rowe, along with Blake Hartman, those assistant captains there for the Eagles. 1:04 left to go in this game. There was a tie-up in the Chippewa end at the far corner that saw two players down on the ice for Photograph Coast, not allowing the puck to move. Great defensive work, Reagan, as we talked about. But if this is a penalty
Yeah.
on Jordan Cooper, it is a frustrating night after you haven't had calls go your way most of the night. And another one here could set the Chippewas back with just 1:04 left. And it's a tall tale at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give Cooper a misconduct penalty or another minor penalty for breaking his stick over the glass. He two-handed the plexiglass in the penalty box and sent his stick flying, which it doesn't bode well for him if the referees are taking this long to talk about it. The referees are talking with number 27 Michael Rowe and Hartman, as well as Brennan Martin and Joey Simon-Sully for the Chippewas. There's a 2-minute penalty up on the board for Jordan Cooper here at 18:56 of this third period of play. Chippewas down by 1, 3-2 here in the waning moments of this third period. Cooper just got a penalty as he was getting onto the bench from the referee. It looked like he was just getting onto the bench. My guess is he said something to the referee, and she immediately signaled a penalty. And it's a 2-minute power play for the Eagles. They will finish out the hockey game on the man advantage.
Really quick here, we'll give you an update on these shots in the game. 46-32 in favor of Fort Gulf Coast. And we're going to resume play here in just a moment. 4-on-3 for the Chips. 5-on-4, excuse me, for the Eagles. We'll send it back to Reagan.
Draw will come to the left circle here. You have the Chippewa end to our right. 1:04 left here in the third period of play. It's 5-on-4 here for the remainder of the contest unless the Chippewas pull Thomas Rofe. They send it the length of the ice as we hit 60 seconds to go. Thomas Rofe remains firmly planted in his net to our right. Robert Nussbaum will just hold the puck behind his net. The Chippewas have got to get a forecheck on here. They do so as St. Andre comes in, and now look out, they got a 3-on-1. Here's Briggs over the line right side, feeding it out in front. Good defensive stick work there by Brennan Martin. 35 seconds to go. It's lifted out, but kept into the line by Nussbaum. Across to Haley, left circle. Lost control of the puck. Fires it around behind for Briggs to the near corner. It's taken here by Pettengill. Pettengill works around Christopher Martin. Down low, Brennan Martin decks Pettengill, getting the Chippewa crowd to its feet. 16 seconds left here. The Chippewas haven't gotten anywhere near to the puck here on this penalty kill as time is just about to run out as the Eagles play it back to their own line with 4 seconds to go, and now St. Andre looks like he's going to go here with Hartman. And now the Eagles come off the bench. This is not going to be good as all the Eagles poured off the bench. Dalton Sutherland's begging his team to come back to the bench. And Justin McComas gets shoved in the...
Look out, he's in there with number 14.
Face. It's a big scrum right in the Eagles zone, and all the Eagles are off of their bench.
Cooper's
and now Jordan
now.
Cooper coming in to... looks like get his teammate out of there.
This is not good. You got to get settled down
Justin
here. The game's
McComas
over.
here. It doesn't look like they're going to give any penalties to anybody here, but Owen Campbell talking right now to the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, and this one, the story about this game is the officiating, some questionable calls, some good calls. It's been a frustrating night altogether for the Chippewas here, at least with the officials, as they come to do handshakes at center ice, and the officials are not going to let them do it. As my goodness, this is, I understand what the referees are doing, and the referees are just not doing this. The Chippewas are trying to talk with the Eagles at center ice, and they trying to form a line. The officials aren't helping them, but they exchange at center ice, and we will take a break here and come back as the final of this hockey game is 3-2 in favor of the Eagles. We'll step aside. Post-game show coming up next here from Estero, Florida. Reagan Cleaves coming back here inside the broadcast booth alongside Devin Sarah here at Hertz Arena as tempers flare after that one. It was a rough night for the Chippewas. They didn't play their best. They had multiple opportunities, including a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 9 seconds, followed by a 3-minute and 59-second power play, which they could get absolutely nothing going. As we take a look back at this one, a rough night for Central Michigan. The Eagles definitely dominated the first half of this hockey game, Devin. It was Matthew Briggs that got the hat trick, the first 3 goals of the night. Take us through that.
Yeah, absolutely. The first period was all Florida Gulf Coast through that first 10 minutes. They scored the first power play of the game on their first, just like last night. And how about Matthew Briggs getting his, looks like 10 goals on the season now, getting the hat trick. And, you know, if you're Matthew Briggs right now, you're leading the team now in goals, and he's averaging right now 22 points, and averaging 22 points in the season, averaging 22 points a game. He has been absolutely exceptional for this Florida Gulf Coast team, and they absolutely needed him tonight. But the first period was all through them. Second period was a better period for the Chippewas. They weren't able to necessarily match the Eagles in that period, but they did get back within 1 as it was Andrew Porzondik scoring that goal on the breakout and winning the race to the goaltender Styles to the third period. As a chaotic one, we could give an entire game show about that third period, Reagan, as we saw everything. It was all Florida Gulf Coast. The Chippewas made it close, though. Had a couple of 5-on-3s, or at least one, and a couple of power plays after the major penalty assessed to Michael Rowe, and it allowed them to get back in the power play. Weren't able to capitalize on it, but just after that, they got back to 5-on-5 even strength, and it was none other than Julian Johnson scoring his first goal of his Chippewa. How about that? And a frustrating night for the Chippewas, getting his first one as a member of this club. The transfer from Adrian. What a job by him tonight, Reagan. You've got more to add on him.
Yeah, it was a great shot from the middle of the slot. He picked up the puck and he rifled it past the blocker of Nick Styles. It was a great shot that got the fans to our right up in a frenzy as he gets his first goal after transferring from Adrian, and only his second game as a Chippewa, as that would be the last goal of the night. The Chippewas would get a controversial penalty called on them late in that hockey game as there was a scrum in the left wing corner. It looked like everything had finished out as the puck was tied up there. It looked like everything was all right, and then Jordan Cooper, as he was skating to the bench, apparently said something to the official, and she immediately called a penalty on him. And as he went to the box, he was not happy about it, broke his stick over the glass, and received a 2-minute penalty. And that basically spelled the end of it, as the Chippewas couldn't do anything on that penalty kill to get it out of the zone, and they didn't give any forecheck when the Eagles had it, and they basically just ran the timeout here on this one.
The Eagles will go to their 11th win on the season so far. They will get in this season those 10 wins on the season for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. And with 2 losses this season, they also have a tie now against Central Michigan, officially counted. They also technically have a tie against UNCW last weekend, but that's nothing that we can measure on our scoring sheet. Nonetheless, the Chippewas will go on the season to a record of 9-3-0-3 on this campaign. And you want to talk about back to, or at least weekend series, they've now suffered a split in both those series, similar to the one against Saginaw Valley and Adrian. They were able to win a game against Adrian, but not against Saginaw Valley. And the reason I bring that point up, Reagan, is that now Central Michigan, for the second weekend series this season, they've split a game in a tie and a loss, and one that was in a close game all the way to the finish. And when you're talking about a team that's trying to get to the national tournament and trying to close out games, this is one that's going to stink for them for a while.
Yeah, it will certainly stick with them. And then referees, believe it or not, are still sorting out the penalties. They're just now coming out of the penalty box after reporting whatever they gave at the end of those. At the end of that game, I guess, is when we get home, we're going to find out what happened at the end of that and whether or not there are going to be any fighting disqualifications for either team.
Well, time now. We'll give you my final roundup presented by StMHIceHockey.com, and then we'll get our players to watch. Actually, first, we'll go with our players to watch real quick and our 3 stars of the game before we get to the roundup. Looking at Justin McComas, and starting in his 100th game as a ACHA player. His officially 91st in Chippewa, but nonetheless, his 100 games in the ACHA, what an accomplishment for him.
Yeah.
Isaac Gibbs was not able to get on the scoring sheet tonight, but was all over the ice on the forecheck and the power play. And you've got Fort Gulf Coast, Reagan.
Yes, Skylar Pettingill had 2 assists on the latter 2 Briggs goals, and Tyler Davidson, as far as we know, didn't get on the score sheet. But again, that'll all be finalized later. We couldn't necessarily hear all the PA during the hockey game and may have missed a couple of assists. As for our 3 stars of the game, well, it's pretty hard to give the first star to anybody other than Briggs, who got he got a hat trick here tonight, and that was, and his effort alone was enough to top the Chippewas with his 7th, or his 8th, 9th, and 10th goals of the campaign.
Absolutely. We'll look at our second star of the game now. We're going to give it to none other than Thomas Rofe. Saved, looks like 43 on 46 shots. Another excellent night for him as the Chippewas netminder. He had to save 23 shots in the first period alone. And you want to talk about a goaltender that's excellent and through this campaign, and one that the Chippewas rely on. It's going to give him momentum later on in the season, but officially he'll go in the loss column. Another one. Thomas Rofe has nothing to hang his head about, though, in this season series, as he played excellent all the way through it. And Reagan, you've got our third star of the game.
Yeah, third star of the game goes to Julian Johnson for getting that. Or actually, never mind, we're going to give it to Skylar Pettingill for his 2 assist performance. He was fantastic here tonight, assisting on those 2 ladder Briggs goals, and he did a pretty darn good job here today.
But I'll tell you what. I'm sorry, Reagan, but I'll tell you what, though, a little bit about Julian Johnson, an honorable star for us, because getting his first goal as a Chippewa and only his second start, coming fresh onto the team in this Florida trip, you know, really joined some chemistry, and he had a great shot from the point. And if you want an icing for this series, and I don't have a lack of better words, but after a frustrating loss, if you want a bright spot, that's what I'm looking for, is Julian Johnson will join this team and create some offense. He's been all over the ice, even though he hasn't had much ice time on that 4th line, and he's been creating offensive chances, clearing pucks out of the zone when he needed to, and we'll give him that honorable star as Julian Johnson making his presence known on the CMU D3 hockey team. And
for Julian Johnson, this is only his 11th game in the ACHA, so it's a pretty darn good start, getting 2 assists and a goal in your first 11 games. Congratulations to him on that first goal, and congratulations to Justin McComas for that 100th game. Now we send it over to Devin for the roundup.
Well, I'll give you guys our roundup here for the final time, presented by SeaMuchIceHockey.com. The big story of this game so far was Matthew Briggs, I mentioned, with the 3 goals, but Fort Gulf Coast really dominating the first half of the games in both of the weekend series games, because first period alone they had 20-plus shots in both games, made it tough for Rofe. And that's something, as a Fort Gulf Coast fan, you absolutely love to see. You know how fast this team plays and how excellent they are on their offense. And it's going to be something as we get close to the national tournament. They're going to try and refine, get guys like Pettingill involved in the offense, Michael Rowe, and Tyler Davidson, notably. Even though Matthew Briggs had the hat trick, there's a lot of a great supporting cast around those players to call up. And on the CMU side, finally, I'll get to our point of the night, is CMU really had a tough time tonight matching the, I guess, energy levels and I hate to say it, but that physicality of Fort Gulf Coast. They were really relentless on their forecheck. They were making it tough on their goaltender. And when CMU had their chances in the offensive zone, it's about finishing plays. They're able to set up chances much better in the second half of the game and really push the momentum. And we talk so much about momentum in the game of hockey, folks, because it's absolutely what matters in the game. When you have a bench flying, you have short shifts, you guys have offensive chances, that creates more scoring chances by getting over the line and being unselfish. And there was points in the game where the Chippewas would try and set up in the offensive zone, would miss on passes, wouldn't get to the net, would not take a shot on net, just trying to cycle the puck. That was the story of that 5-minute major power play that they had there late in the game, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. But if you're CMU, you've got to hold your head high about being the 5-on-5 strength team that you are. They're very excellent in the second half of these games. They are very good when it is 5-on-5 strength, but it's going to be something when they head back to home in Mount Pleasant. They're going to clean up is that penalty kill. Even though it's been strong for the most part through the last 3 games, including Adrian, they're going to want to produce more offense from those penalties and create more stuff on the power play, because let's face it, a lot of things didn't go in the favor of the Chippewas tonight. When they did score goals, it often happened off those lucky chances, scoring chances. But the bottom line here for tonight will be Central Michigan just outpaced by Florida Gulf Coast. Tried to muster a comeback late in the game, but it wasn't enough. A couple of untimely calls did not go their way. And nonetheless, it results in a loss here. They will finish out this season series against Florida Gulf Coast at 1-1-1, 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie throughout the season series. And credit to Florida Gulf Coast, who will now go up 4-3-1 in the all-time series since 2015-2016. Central Michigan will come back. We'll get to our next game with Reagan's point in Trine University. Reagan, you've got it.
Yeah, next game's on the docket for both these two squads. The number 6 Central Michigan Chippewas now falling to 9-3-0-3 will be in action next Friday at 4 p.m. versus the number 13 team in the nation, the Trine University Thunder. That game will be at Hertz Arena in Mount Pleasant. That we will have a call for that one. As it's scheduled right now, it's a 3:35 p.m. broadcast. That is subject to change. Look to our Twitter for that one. As for Florida Gulf Coast, the number 8 team in the nation, improves to 10-3-0-2. The next game is likewise next Friday at 6 p.m. They will take on number 5 Miami of Ohio here at Hertz Arena.
We'll go now to our light lab in just a minute, but I wanted to add a point to Chippewa fan base really quick, is that CMU is one of the better teams in the ACHA Division 3, but the one thing that good teams need to figure out and do, Reagan, is finish out games when you really aren't on your best night and find a way to win. And that's something that I wanted to get to in the rundown. I guess I'll add it now, is even though this wasn't the best night for the Chippewas, they're going to have to find ways to close out games, come back in it, made it close. And as the season goes on, we'll see in the last few weeks here if they can progress and make those changes.
Yeah, a little under a month left in this season. Chippewas have a gauntlet to run in this latter half. They've got 4 series coming up, and they all finish before the second weekend in February. The last game for the Chippewas will be the 12th of February, and that will end a stretch where they play 6 games in 9 days. This is going to be a tough second half for Central Michigan. As for a light the lamp, nobody touched the score sheet for any of us. Jacob St. Andre was Devin's pick. Tristan had Isaac Gibbs. I had Simon Sully, and Joe had Owen Camel. And at least according to our record, we have nobody touching the score sheet. One last look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Grand Rapids Griffins again falling to the Admirals 5-2 tonight at Van Andel Arena. As for the Spirit, they won 5-4 in a shootout, and the Red Wings now trail 3-1 with 1:48 left here in the third period of play. Before we sign off tonight, we'd like to thank all the staff here at Florida Gulf Coast University. Isaac Berg, the general manager here of the Eagles, Matthew Maida, the director of communications, and Sheila Salera May, who works with their Black Dog Hockey group. Well, that will just about do it for us here tonight, but we'll be back next Friday for the game against Trine University. Until then, this is Reagan Cleaves for Devin Sarah saying so long from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida, as the Central Michigan Chippewas fall to the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles by a final score of 3-2. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful night, everybody.